people want to know. How many frames per second? I don't know.
It's the wrong show, man.
Well, shit.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say. You didn't even get it.
I didn't get it.
Lame ass.
I'm still on the last show we were doing, which is the mic still on. Go check it out.
On that.
Is the mic still on live coming?
Not today. And you gotta get to the airport too, and there you go delaying shit. I mean, we live. I mean,
Yeah, we are live. I know we live. I'm trying to promote it.
y'all can hear us out there. We good? How we sound good? That's right. All right.
No, there's really loud music playing.
Yeah, I thought King kicked.
I did stop the music.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Hear it.
It don't sound stop. It is loud as fuck.
it was loud. It was the I had.
How's you gonna act like I'm just crazy?
It was the
stop
background.
it. No, you
It was
didn't.
the background.
You did. You did. What you're hearing is not what you're hearing.
What you're hearing is not there. I think Century got you in the void because I'm not playing any music. Yeah. All right, well, y'all, welcome to the Frames Per Second Live. Happy to have everyone who's watching, and I'm happy to be here hosting. And with me, I have Mike Seatown,
Yo.
Spike Lou,
What up, though?
Kenneth B. Inge,
Hola.
and Modest Media.
Hey, what up, man?
What's up? And today we will be reviewing Thunderbolts, it being an MCU film. I kind of took it upon myself to hijack this and host it.
Damn.
So yeah. I have a couple of questions for y'all. Gonna try to get this live moving and get out as fast as possible, but still give y'all great content. So let's see if we can make that happen. First things first is to ask, what are y'all overall thoughts of the film? And I guess I'll start with the person who is the least MCU knowledgeable, Spike Lou.
I like this. I like this a lot. It's one of the few Marvel films I feel like I didn't know the whole story. I guess it's because they was villains at first, so I had to know their background or past, and they did a pretty good job of explaining it in the movie. But all in all, it was dope. It was really dope.
Mike Seatown, thoughts on the film?
I was unbelievably shocked. I was waiting for it to get whack. And it didn't. It was fucking good.
Yep.
It was really, really good. I had a great time with this movie.
Dope. Ken, how you feeling?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. That was my final thought when it ended. There are a couple of issues that I had with it. I thought the first half had me concerned. But I think there was more of a gripe about what they were doing and less about the movie itself once I processed everything. But I think my thought leaving it was I was like, oh shit, we back. Not that I felt like we ever left, but judging by the response, I was like, okay, I think they got one.
Rod, how we feeling?
No, like the last thing he said, I think they got one. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's I like the direction that they're going. It felt good. I liked it. I thought it was good. It was a solid Marvel movie. Like to still have the stands of like, oh yeah, it's it's over for Marvel. Da da da. Nah, I don't know. Like this, I like what they were doing with this one personally.
Did you feel the same way about? Because we didn't get your thoughts on Captain America. How did you feel about?
I didn't feel
like
the
it?
same way about
Okay.
Captain America. Yeah, I you can tell that it had rewrites and things like that, and it just kind of pulled me out of it. Like personally, I think I asked y'all off camera that, and I think most of y'all did like it, but I did not. I did not enjoy that movie. Okay. I just didn't. But this one felt a lot better, man. This one felt a lot better, for sure.
Gotcha. Well, as far as how I feel, I know I said on Captain America review, I was like, that kind of shook my faith. Like, I've been gun-ho that they're going to be all right, but that last Captain America was like, shook my faith.
Oh, so you didn't like it either?
I didn't like it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think I just got the opinion of them.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
didn't know you didn't either. Yeah, I'm with you. I did not like it.
But this definitely brought me back in. I'm very, excited now based off this film, especially with how it was executed. And, yeah, surprise. What's up?
Wait, you say brought you back in?
Yeah. Like it never. So with Captain America,
That was just one thing that
it wasn't even a thing of like I'm like, oh, they gonna fall off. It's just like, man, like I don't know if y'all gonna be able to execute what the grand vision is, because Captain America should have been handled better. But this right here was done well, and with the topics and the themes in it, it gave me a whole lot of confidence. Captain America really shook me because y'all dropped the ball the first time with Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then you went back to the well and made it worse.
Gotcha.
And so that's why I was like, all right, I thought maybe y'all would do better the second time around, but you didn't really do that. So, yeah.
What I don't follow is the phases. Like they saying like we're in like phase 5.
You ain't really got
just don't
You don't really have
bro.
to.
I don't follow that either.
Yeah,
I don't follow
that
any of that
confuses
stuff.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't care about
I
it.
got a question about that at the end, but that's probably gonna be if we have time, we'll think about it later. All right. Well, before we dive into the film, I do want to ask: did anybody here know about the Thunderbolts before this film? Have any knowledge of them?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was just going to point out real quick that since Rod always does this, I actually fucked up and did y'all see it in 3D?
No.
No.
I accidentally bought a 3D ticket and I tried to just tough it out for y'all. That's why I was late for the other shit. And I sat through about 20 minutes of this shit. I don't know how people watch shit in 3D.
Me neither, bro.
But I had to leave and go dick around for an hour and come back and watch this. So I'm glad this shit was good, because if this shit was whack, I'd have been over here
Yeah, 'cause you
mad
spent
as
some money.
fuck.
Did you get your
No,
money
no,
back?
no,
on
no.
the 3D?
I told them, I'm like, look, I'm old. I can't watch 3D stuff. Can y'all just give me another ticket? And they're like, yeah.
My movie experience, I told them, I tell you, Jalen, they got a theater where they got the projectors on each side.
Oh yeah.
Have you been in there before?
No, I wanted to see Spider. They had Spider
That
Man
shit
on
was
that, and I wanted
fire.
to see it. Yeah,
Spike Ray.
But I think it'd be too much. It'd be too overstimulation for me, honestly.
Oh, well, while we sharing stories, they fucked up the screening of the showing of mine, because when we got in there, nothing was showing, and when we got to the party scene, the shit completely went out of sync with the audio. So
I
we
would've
were
been so
paused
mad.
for like 10 minutes. We got free passes, so we were paused for 10 minutes. So that may have affected my viewing experience, but I doubt it.
was
But
Dolby?
either way, it did. That was a thing that happened.
Was it Dolby Cinema?
Yeah, it was Dolby Cinema. They completely.
I saw it in
fucked up, bro.
IMAX because I saw it was filmed with IMAX cameras. So I was like, okay, because I fucked up with Sinners. I didn't see Sinners in IMAX, and I heard that's a whole different experience when you watch it in IMAX.
Damn.
But I didn't want to do that with this one. So I went. I usually like Dolby Cinema too, but IMAX is making a strong comeback with the way that they're filming these films.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch both of those in IMAX just to see the difference.
Yeah.
But yes, I am familiar with Thunderbolts. Did I follow Thunderbolts? No.
Okay.
But I am familiar with them.
Well, for those who are familiar with it, I mean, this is a older concept. I know Baron Zemo was the first. I'm not familiar with that arc of him. For y'all in the comments who may come from my neck when we do start talking about some stuff, I'm more familiar with the Dark Reign here and like Osborn when he had the Dark Avengers and all that. I'm more familiar with that reign of Thunderbolt. So yeah, just want to put that out there. And
So
now-
why do they put the asterisks in if it actually is a thing?
Oh, wow. You're going to get to that part.
Oh, okay.
you didn't get that?
I did.
I can't
but-
even the Rod oh wow right.
No, I did, but
Why you asking?
but if it's but the reason why I thought I got it until he started saying that Thunderbolts is an actual thing. I thought I got it, but yeah.
You want to know now? Or you want to like maybe reveal itself?
Enlighten
throughout the
me.
review? All right. Because technically, it never really was their name. They were just using it throughout the film.
So they did that in the comics too.
No, not in the.
So
comics.
that's why I
I
was
think it's just like
confused.
it was just an element for the film. Like this,
I
they
thought it
never.
was because they're the new Avengers. I thought that's why the asterisk was there, because that's not
That's
really
what
their
I
name.
thought.
Their
Yeah.
name is actually.
But I'm saying that it's never really Thunder. All right, so to us, to the nerds, this is technically. This is why I said I wanted to wait to let
Yeah, I
the
think
film
we should
play it
just
out.
wait.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
let's
right.
just wait.
All right.
'Cause, yeah, yeah, we're
Impatient ass.
All
right.
know.
So-
he brought up the comics, so I just shit.
We start off the film with Yelena, right? And were y'all excited to see her again? Because the last time we saw her was in Hawkeye. I know this is your first time seeing this. So a lot of these questions you just gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. But all right, I got it.
But I'm gonna like his perspective, just coming in fresh without any background knowledge, because I thought that was interesting with my family as well. But
Were you excited to see Yelena again, or you just?
I wasn't excited to see any of them, honestly. Y'all know I wasn't.
Not even
hyped.
Bucky.
I mean, Bucky was all right, but nah, not really.
Mike Rod.
I was happy to see Yelena. I like her, and I like Florence Pugh.
Yes.
I didn't love her in Black Widow. I feel like there were certain moments where she was trying to be emotional that came off a little bit corny, even though I think she's a really, really good actress. And she fucking delivered in this film. But yes, the second I saw her walk off that building, I was like, oh, I'm here for something good. Okay. I thought she was going, maybe she was going to die and this was going to be like a flashback or something.
What about you, Rod?
Nah, same. I'm a fan of Florence Pugh, so I did like her. I did like her in other things I've seen her in. So it wasn't like, oh man, it's good to see her again. But I like the direction that they're going with her. I think she's a strong enough actor to fill in the void
Oh
of some
my
of
God.
these some of the ones that's not here anymore. But yeah. So yeah, I like what they're doing. This is part of the direction that I'm talking about. I like that. They've we gonna get this strong actor and kind of have her having a really important role.
I also like the idea of them opening up like in her head, how that sets the tone for the theme of her going through thoughts, her inner thoughts. Like that really sets up the movie well.
Yeah, saying there's something wrong with her. Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, her opening monologue was good. Like when
And speaking of which, of opening monologues, this week we'll be dropping an episode about the best TV and film monologues that they, as a cast, feel have just left them captivated. So be on the lookout for that episode that will be coming out. Actually, tomorrow. It will be out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. All right. So we are known to have action scenes in MCU movies. What did y'all think of the first action scene that we got of her being on a mission?
That shit was dope. It reminded me of Old Boy. But from like
From
the
the
top,
top,
but from
yeah.
the top, so I was just like, "Damn, that's dope as hell." That they're like, now that I've seen that movie, it's like now I can't help but see it everywhere. The influence of it.
Yep.
So it was dope to see the slow pan from the top view of her just fucking them up. So that requires really good timing on the people involved in the choreography and the camera movement. So that was really dope.
I like how violent it was. I didn't expect her to actually be killing people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because she would do the boom, boom, pow, pow.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah, the shot overhead, like you said, the action sequence, and then like her going through that and diving through the bookcases and shit, that was fire. So y'all like that.
Same again?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then when they cut to the front too, like that, all that shit was executed really well.
Did y'all enjoy the part when she got the hamster and she completed the mission? Well, at first, she was talking to the dude, basically like, "You don't want to do this. Like, let's not do this." Like, I don't know what he thought he was gonna do anyway. Like, she just took out a whole, basically a hallway of niggas, and you think you're gonna be the one to?
She said, "Your face looks like a face that could open this."
I mean, he wasn't wrong. That's the thing. We learned that later. But did y'all see the little shadows in the background the first time? I didn't see it the first time. I saw it the second time because I watched the scene twice, obviously. The second time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, what's that going on back there?" So that was actually interesting. And then when he said what he said about, I forget exactly what it was, but what did he say to her? Something that implied like, "Oh, this is bad. Like, I'm trying to help y'all. Y'all don't want."
Yeah, he said, "You think it's gonna save the world? It's gonna end
That's
the
it.
world." Yeah,
That's it. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Wait, her.
The doctor she was talking to. Like,
Yeah. But what was she trying to get? What was the mission? The mission wasn't to blow the place up.
No, it was to get in that room and get whatever was in that room out of there. Since she couldn't get in the room because she didn't have nobody facial recognition, she just blew everything up.
But in reality, that's what woke up the Aryan Superman.
I thought he was woken
No, he
up
was-
in the
They took him to the spot.
Oh, that's not what happened?
No, they took him to the spot.
Nah.
Yeah, he was already going. He was in a box.
He was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was woken up. 'Cause I thought he was in there at some point.
Yeah, he
right?
was in there at some point. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
see,
where they
when
experimented him at.
they showed him later, he was on the table and he was like looking all sad. I thought, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, they
so it was
experimented
later
some-
on that he got woken up. Got
Yeah,
it.
they experimented on it there,
Got
and then
it.
he was shipped to that other location.
So how did they get him in the? I guess it doesn't matter.
But they thought he was dead, and all the dead bodies and the evidence was at that spot.
They
You
thought
see,
he was
the
dead.
bo-
when
It was
they
some
shipped
body
him-
bags. When they went to the other spot, there were body bags out there laying on the floor. like a whole line of body bags.
Wait, so he was in that room when it blew up?
No, he had been. That's where they created him at. It was something in that door that they wanted to blow up as well.
No, I got that.
They
part.
had already killed 13 people trying to inject a little shit into him, and those 13 people that they killed was at the spot. He was one of those 13
I was confused.
people.
The way you was explaining, I was like, but yeah,
that makes sense. Thank you.
You're right. Yeah. We didn't transition to Bucky, who is now a congressman.
Fuck up Guadalupe.
We transitioned to Bucky, who is now a congressman. This was kind of hinted in Brave New World when he was talking to Sam. And Valentina, who is now the CIA director, is being impeached. I just want to ask a general question. What did y'all think of her in this film? And I guess I want to start with you because you watched Veep, right?
Yes.
Are you a fan of Seinfeld?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of her in this film?
She killed this. I think that she was a good addition to the MCU for as much as I know about it. But she's going to be reoccurring, I think that's a really good ad because she did a hell of a job. It's just like her Veep character. Did you watch? Anybody know?
I didn't watch.
Same. She playing the same character that she played in Veep, just a little bit more menacing.
You feel the same way, Rod?
Yeah, I liked when she first popped up. I think over time it started getting a little corny to me. Not corny per se, but like just a little like typical. Like she's gonna have the same kind of
Like hokey.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing, the same type of air about her. Like, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it like that. But you know, it was fine. I don't think she personally. I don't feel like she added that much to the movie. Personally,
She made it for me.
really, yeah, not for me. Not for me. I knew what to expect with her.
You feel different, Mike?
Yeah. I definitely disagree with Rod. I didn't watch Seinfeld, so I didn't really know anything about her until I saw the movie. What'd you say?
Shocker.
Yeah, I don't watch bullshit. I'm just kidding. Until I saw her in the movie Tuesday, which that movie is phenomenal. If you have not watched it, you should especially watch it. Tuesday. Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, she was incredible in that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't know she was like a really good actress. So when she showed up again, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm cool. But yeah, I'm not all the way with Spike and thinking she made the film. I liked her a lot though.
Here's my thing: if she died in this movie, I wouldn't have cared.
True.
So that's
True,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm with you on that.
it's like I still watch these movies.
I actually was relieved when she didn't. Like I thought they were going to kill her, and then when she walked through the little thing, of course we get into her head. But I was relieved. I was like, yes.
It added something to the movie. I will give you that. Like it was a nice little spin or whatever, because you would have thought she would have died after all this shit. But no, yeah, if she would have died, I would have been totally fine with continuing to do my Marvel journey without her.
I like her. I like her because I don't know that there's anybody else that's this good at being manipulative now that Tony is dead and Loki is holding up a tree somewhere. I like her. I like her way she fits in with all of this. Especially tricking them well, I know we're getting ahead because Spike did it, but especially tricking them into being a government agency. I like it. I like her. I hope she sticks around for a minute.
Ken, who her physical appearance remind you of when she was in the courtroom? Did you feel any like comparisons there of anything most recently?
Nancy Mace? No?
Oh,
Nah, actually no.
Somebody who's in the intelligence agency right now, Tulsi Gabbard.
Damn.
Like that's
She
the first thing I
does look
saw
like
when I
fucking
saw
Tulsi.
when she was sitting there. I was like, just like they were just questioning her about the signal messages and everything. Like, this looks exactly like that. It's crazy how because this was shot way before that, but it's
Interesting.
Like, it looks exactly like that. So, but yeah, your thoughts on her?
Hated it. Oh my gosh, she was so fucking annoying. She was killing the movie for me. You know, that sort of humor and stuff like that. It was just like, oh my God, please get her out of this fucking movie. Yeah, I'm with Rod, bro.
This is one of the points where you like it was a gripe like this.
Yeah, it was her throughout the whole movie, and it's almost like everybody else was written around her and the way that she acted, or that sort of comedy and comedic punch. It was just like, no, like it was too much.
That's wild because she was a really good and realistic villain. Like, this is what I would expect would happen if we actually had superheroes. there'd be some manipulative person like this that would trick them into doing their bidding. This completely made sense. You take her out, there's no movie.
Oh no, her role and what she did in the movie, her motivations, everything like that, the manipulation, blah blah blah, all that stuff is fine.
It's the performance.
It's the comedy, bro. It's just like her trying to be this dark comedic, or maybe it's just the comedy. The comedy overall, I did not enjoy in this movie.
That's any Marvel film for me.
Yeah, I thought it was just, and I felt like because they got her, they were trying to make sure that they had elements that fit her type of comedy with the Seinfeld stuff.
See, I got none of that in Tuesday. So I don't, you're probably 100% right though. They probably were trying to make sure she can have Elaine, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
That she has some kind of Elaine type of humor. So I get your point with that.
This was more Veep comedy than Seinfeld.
See, Spike on
Or
actually.
whatever.
Well, actually,
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen
that's
it.
why
Get your whites right.
Right.
I just know she's in that. So look, I'll agree with you. Whatever it was, I didn't like it.
That's
Like,
why I asked Spike that question, because I know it's a popular show. I've never really watched it, but I figured if Spike seen it, he would have an understanding.
Yeah, it was just like it's like almost like they had every single character doing the shit.
This was probably the funniest Marvel movie that I've seen.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Okay. So, all right. As far as my thoughts, I'm kind of in the middle. When she was like, we've seen her in The Inner Winter Soldier. We've seen her in Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
So I'm kind of used to her character. So it was cool, but I wasn't like really on board until after she met Bob.
She was in Black Widow too, right?
No, she wasn't. No, at the end of Black Widow.
And then,
She's in the
Black
post
Widow.
credit scene.
Yeah.
She's in the post credit scene.
That's what I'm saying. I've
That's how we
seen
knew
it.
Remember the
Elena was
post-credit
working for
scene.
her.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Get him, Rod.
Yeah, I'm trying. Who's that, Rod or Rob?
No, you right.
No,
He's
it's
in here. All right, so we got a couple more things to get through here. So she basically tells them that the work she's doing is because the Avengers aren't coming back. But as soon as she leaves the courtroom, she's like, erase all that shit, because these fuckers they about to look and find everything that I'm doing. From here, we see the Red Guardian is home dealing with his own issues and reliving the past days of the Soviet Union, where he's visited by Elena. How did this interaction between the two of them set up the tone for this movie and different plot points to come?
Wait, when Elena met who?
Her dad.
Her dad, Red Guardian.
Oh, I didn't really care this much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. You know, I because I forgot that was her dad. But
Damn.
yeah, I did.
Damn,
With her
she's
daddy.
not black.
Okay, but yeah, I didn't. I wasn't into the movie at this point, so I'm like, the action scene that we were talking about earlier, all that was cool, to be expected, whatever. But at this point, it's just like, all right, you know, because I don't like the Red Guardian either. He's way over the top for me.
All right.
I'm on the opposite end of that. I do think it was an important part of the movie because she was, you know, considering not living is how I took it. You know what I mean? So she was just like, you know, if she had the love from her father, maybe she wouldn't have felt that way. So I could see him feeling some sort of guilt, and I feel like that created a moment for them, like, you know, my child is hurting. You know what I mean? So I could connect with that in a certain way. So yeah, no, I really like this element that they added. That's what I'm saying. They're doing some really interesting things with the movie. So I like the serious element of depression and how it can relate to, you know, parents and children, you know, because my daughter dealt with depression, you know what I mean? So I had to go through that. And I'm thinking I'm giving her all she needs, and then, you know, she's not getting what she needs from the world or from, you know, not feeling fulfilled. So I was just like, oh man, this is deep. Like I was like, yo, this is good. So it might have just touched me personally or whatever. Yeah. So that's why I particularly like
it. Only made sense once the movie was over for me. When I saw it, because I didn't know the movie was going to be about depression and anxiety and grief and regret, any of that. I thought it was a superhero movie. So her going and talking to him, I was like, I don't care about this. Yeah. I do agree with you. Of course, it was an important part. I just didn't know that at the moment.
Yeah, she was crying. Like she was like, yo, why do you never call me?
Like,
I'm just saying, like it was. I felt that shit. I felt that shit. I was like, God damn, like because she wanted, like that could have been the saving. That could have been the saving grace for her.
Like I'm with Rod. I thought this was a great scene
in the moment.
Yeah, Yeah, especially because when you think about how the movie starts off, like where she was talking in her head, and on top of that, like you could see in some fashion, even though because she's basically the Black Widow light at this point right now.
Damn.
I mean, that's the way they setting her up. You know what I'm saying?
I think my thing is also I'm with Ken. I don't really like Red Guardian. So
that may
him
have taken
showing
away from the
up
scene.
and them talking, I was just like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Let's get to her talking to somebody that's interesting.
Yeah, I got you.
I liked it. I liked him.
I like Red Guardian
He did a
too.
good job.
I'm not surprised about that at all.
But they were like her talking about like even him saying her light was dim, and like
He said you light up a room, and that was later. Sorry. I'll be
brought-
quiet. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
But he even brought like he did because he was like talking about like her on the soccer team and all that. Like he was bringing those things, but she was even hinting at, and I guess this is just me being the MCU nerd, like how she was hinting at the loss of like her sister, like and how she doesn't want to be the Black Widow because that was her sister title. So it was talking about the grief and the like her depression and all that. So I could feel that just in that conversation of like, yeah, I'm dealing with a lot and you're not around, and so I could already pick all that up in that moment.
He's just too goofy.
Yeah.
Like her performance, her delivery was great. It's just him. Like he's just too goofy for me to like really get deep into the scene. He was taking me out of it. Like if she was talking to anybody else, I feel like I would have been way more intrigued by all of this. But he's just, oh, your soccer team, and all I see is Stranger Things guy.
Really?
Yes, every time. And
Oh,
I'm
man.
not saying he's a bad actor. 'Cause I know
okay,
you about to Reddit comment me. No, I'm saying I think he's a great actor.
he's killing it as
But it's
this,
just
yeah.
I know him as the Stranger Things.
See,
guy.
I don't know him as that because
Because you never watched Stranger
No.
Things. Yeah. So,
Keep going. No, keep going. We can deal with that later.
he talking about me not watching Stranger
yeah,
Things.
that's crazy. You would really like it. So anyway,
All right. Well, after this scene, Yelena leaves and she's talking to Valentina and asking about a potential change because she wants to be seen as a hero. But Val tells her that there's one more job she needs to do. So she has to go stop Ghost from stealing from inside the vault. But here she gets into a 4-way fight with Yelena, Ghost, and Taskmaster. All right. I mean, yeah, it's Yelena, Ghost, Taskmaster, and U.S. Agent. How did this fight hold up? How did this scene hold up?
Hey, this shit was good.
Yeah.
This shit was good. I woke up and then I was like, okay, now we getting somewhere. I really, really enjoyed this, especially when the way they all kind of popped on one by one. This was dope. Walker there, Elena there. It was good, man. I definitely enjoyed this. Even though maybe you got a question for that, so I'll wait.
Right?
We didn't get much of the Taskmaster, right? Because we
You
got
ain't need it.
Damn. No, I'm talking about in the other because the movie that she popped up in.
Yes.
She wasn't in it that long.
no,
right?
she was in Black Widow. That's the-
Black Widow, and she was only there for like they underutilized her or
Yes.
something like that. I remember that.
Yes.
So when I saw it, I was like, oh, damn, you just go underutilize her again. Like took her out real quick. But no, like I realized that but I liked the second Captain America a lot better here. Like I didn't like him in the show, but here, man, I liked him, man. I like what he brought. I like what he brought to the movie here.
I like him better than the DEI cap,
Yes, absolutely.
but I still don't like him.
You like him better than Anthony Mackie?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
I do too. I think the way they like he got this dual side, like he Captain America, but he an asshole. I
with
think
y'all.
it fits.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with y'all.
yeah, I like him, man. I like he I don't know. He just feels.
It's Anthony Mackie, bro. I'm a down that hill.
I
It
still
is
don't want to
Anthony
say that
Mackie.
about
It
my
is
band
Anthony Mackie.
AMAC, bruh. I still don't want
It's
to say
him.
that about him.
It's just him.
You know.
I
Oh,
enjoy
you say
this.
you like Anthony Mackie better?
No, I don't.
Oh, you
I
don't?
hate
Okay,
him as-
okay,
I hate him as
cool.
Sam Wilson.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this scene, like especially the knife sequence.
That was
Like that
dope.
shit was so hard, bro. Like she threw the knife, and then she phased through it, and it bounced off the shield, and he caught it, and it was like, bro, that shit was hard.
That's when I left the movie. Because in 3D, I couldn't tell what the fuck was
Oh,
happening.
you thought you were about to
And
be
I was
hit?
like, I'm done.
Oh hell no!
Get my ass out of here. Nigga just threw a knife at me, man.
Throwing knives in this
Motherfucker just threw a knife at me.
Dancing, man, they ain't not throwing
Nice, bro.
Like, yo,
almost got hit by the shield.
And you know, Mike was like, he was back there like, yo, someone needs to go check.
That's why he lied talking about something. He told him he was an old man. Or they like, no, you an old man if you really think they ain't throwing fucking knives.
You know what, sir? You're right.
Oh shit! Oh god!
But yeah, man, this scene was dope. And the reason I say we didn't need Taskmaster because they messed Taskmaster up from the beginning. So that's why I was happy. I was like, get that shit out of here. Like,
So
that was a nod to us. Like
This is them just getting rid of the character to bring them back.
probably in another form.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Really?
Probably in another way. They probably find a way. Like it's similar to Deadpool. Remember how X-Men like they messed up in Origins and it was like, all right, we'll find a way.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So it's
I'm okay with it now because I was like, I was with Rod. I was like, dang, why they take Taskmaster out?
I do have one. I can get into details later. I feel like she should have been killed by Sentry, personally.
Taskmaster.
Yes. It would. I think that if he killed her, that would have added on to his guilt. And I know he was like, I'm not going to kill anybody because they're not a threat. I think it would have been super dope if he killed her by accident, and then that played into part of his guilt and his depression when he goes into the, his mind or whatever.
I think I think the issue with that would be is they still want him to remain as a quote unquote good guy because.
But that could be part of his like redemption. I killed this person on accident.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. If they would have done it that way, I would have. But just like pow. I was
It was just like, what?
Uneventful.
I get your point, but I was happy with it because I think it's just a nod to us. Like, yo, we fucked up. We ain't gonna keep him around.
Yeah.
Get the shit out.
Okay.
Of here.
It's common saying that's not
I'm
why
okay
they
with
killed
that.
her.
Somebody said the director got an interview on why
Yeah, they said that's not why they killed her.
Oh, why'd he kill her?
They did.
They hadn't put that in there.
That
yet.
doesn't
I don't
fucking
know.
help,
They
guys.
said the director got a whole interview about it though.
Well, why don't you fucking give us the cliff notes?
Yeah,
probably
I thought it was a nod because I know we've been complaining about ever since Black Widow. Like,
Yeah, I
what
saw
the
the
fuck
complaints.
is this? Like,
Yeah, because they had her in the trailer and then they didn't even do anything.
Well, she just
with
didn't
her.
seem like she was that cool, and apparently she was cooler in the comics. from what
yes,
I'm told.
much cooler.
Yeah.
And it's not a her. It's not the gender. I know those nerds who be like it's the gender swap. I'm like, I don't care shit about that. Just make the character dope compared to what I read in the comics. Like you can change different things, but it still needs to be dope to the core of the character.
Yeah, she wasn't very cool or memorable.
No. All right. So while this is happening, Valentina's having a banquet. To save face, basically. Did anything in these scenes stick out to y'all
In which part? Sorry.
while she was having a banquet? When she was talking to Bunk, and Bunk was like, I got some dirt on you. I got some juicy shit coming down the pipeline.
No, because again, they were still doing that little comedic shit where they were like, "Oh, turn around, take a picture," and then they kind of walked. Like it's just like, bro, what? What?
That shit really bothered you.
Yeah, it really did. The first half of the movie, it really fucking irritated the shit out of me because I'm like, why is he even doing that? It's just like, come on, y'all. So no, I didn't get anything from this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much didn't get much. It was just like a little back thing that didn't matter. All right, so back at the vault, we see Ghost, Yelena, and U.S. Agent trying to work through multiple questions, and one of them is, who the fuck is Bob? Where the fuck you come from? Did any of y'all have any idea who this was?
I saw them. They had a cut where they seen the person on the screen. So when he came out, I was like, okay, yeah, he's somebody.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah,
I saw that part, but no, I had no clue who this guy was. My comics don't run that deep as y'all's. So yeah.
I didn't know who he was until they said the name. So
Bone.
no, my bad.
So you,
Spike's like they said the name immediately. He came out and said his name was Bob. So are you saying you knew who he was when he said his name was Bob? I thought you
No, I think that's kind of fair. Until they said the Century thing later, I was like, oh shit.
so you knew who the Sentry was?
Yeah. But again, it was just like, oh yeah, it's just like he's just thrown in here and he's just all meek and mannered. Again, I felt like they were just kind of doing this whole thing, and they're supposed to bring this different type of mood or levity to it in their own way of this very serious situation that was going on with them fighting. So I was just like,
Did you know who Sentry was?
No, not at all. Not at all. I did not know who this white supremacist looking ass fucking superhero was. But nah, I think Bob's meekness played into his character extremely well. Now, if they didn't have all of the depression and the regret and the anxiety and all that, then yeah, it would be kind of annoying with all of the comic relief. But the way he was acting, once we get to what his brain pattern is like, it makes sense. So I think they did that really, really well. I did read that was supposed to be Glenn.
Stephen Yeun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have worked though. He doesn't look Nazi enough.
I liked how
I like do this to my man Bob Reynolds, man.
I like how they had to figure out like who was there, like who sent them, and then they figured out they needed to work together. And then throwing Bob in there, so I thought that was a good scene, like being a novice in the Marvel world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Century was in here. I was trying to avoid seeing the second trailer, but little stuff pop up, so I seen him using his powers, but I didn't really look too much into it. So I knew he was in here, and I was gonna be surprised, like, how this fucking team gonna fuck with Century? I was like trying to figure that shit out in my head, but yeah, I was Century that nigga.
Yeah, I was with you, Phelan, but we'll get
He
there.
calls people that nigger too.
Once they figure out they are set there to eliminate each other, and whoever gets left is getting fried. They decide that it's time for them to work together. Would y'all have came back if y'all was ghosts?
She couldn't have got out. She probably realized she couldn't get out without
I'm
them.
glad you said that because that was one part I missed because some fucking asshole was eating popcorn really loud behind me, and I missed what.
Okay.
Because she said why she came back, but I
didn't hear it. I didn't hear
I thought
it.
it was something about the elevator.
It was, but I didn't hear what she said.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either. I was like,
Damn.
That's why I wondered, I was like, why the fuck did she come back? I would have
Chat,
left y'all.
please
She
help
said
me.
She said she got to know where she's going.
That was later because
Oh,
they were trying to get her to
when it was
face up
going
to the
up,
top.
when it was going up.
But when she came back for them, she said something like, "I couldn't get out without something," and I heard, and so I missed it.
Yeah, I thought that was her explaining that she had to go like to this other way across the room to get the switch. That's what I thought because I didn't clearly hear it either. I thought that in that scene they were just kind of doing movie shit that they do, just trying to build suspense and wait till the 11th hour to get them out. So yeah, but nah, I didn't hear exactly what her reason was.
They said it was because the elevator was out of service.
Oh yeah,
So I guess she
that's
wouldn't have been
not
able to
enough.
go up there. So yeah, thank y'all. I missed that part.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, I would not have came back for y'all motherfuckers.
That's fucked
Damn,
up,
that
man.
is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, because I think at that point they realized that they were betrayed anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all were sent there to kill each other.
Yeah,
When
so
it
might
came
she
back
might
to-
as but she might as well come back for him because
Yeah.
the person that they were all manipulated.
Yeah, because I don't think any of them like are bad people, quote unquote. Like they're not like
Yeah, I'm about
killers
to
like
say,
that.
Nazi Cap is definitely a bad person.
Well, I guess my point is that they went there for a
He doesn't think he
mission.
is, though. He saved many. He saved like many Americans and all that type of shit. Like he was a, huh?
That's funny.
Rod
right?
don't make anybody a
Look at-
good person,
You get
bro.
the good side for everybody.
Everybody.
Oh, I'm
I
just
appreciate.
saying.
I wish I
including
could
the
be like
Nazi
that.
that killed a person
in the middle
He was
of
a
in the
Nazi.
middle of the
in
street.
the middle of a town
He was
square.
a Nazi. How was he a Nazi?
Not literally.
He was an American hero.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds like Nazi to me.
Yeah, but he literally saved people's lives and things.
That
I mean,
motherfucker does not like black people. I don't care what nobody say.
I ain't say that.
mean,
his
it's
wife
well,
black. His
wait,
wife
his
black.
wife black?
His wife was black.
I don't know what she was.
and his
She
sidekick
was some. She was person of color.
His wife was black.
But his sidekick was one of the good ones.
His baby.
That's why he
mixed.
was so mad that he died.
She was
I'm not
very
here
light.
arguing for him. Y'all not gonna have me
Bro, his
arguing
baby
for
was
you as
mixed.
Asians, bro.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean
Yeah, that
nothing.
really don't mean a
He
lot,
probably calls
son.
that baby a niglet. Probably puts
That's why
fucking
he didn't
Oli
wanna
in his
watch it.
bottle and shit.
That's why he didn't wanna
That's why he's
watch it.
watching it. Yeah, he's like, you got me in here watching this little Negro. He's not even in jail yet. So why am I watching him?
No, this is practice.
Right.
In this
right.
in this crib.
The crib got bars and shit. Yes. I'm training you for the real world, son.
Do you a favor.
I guess they're killers under what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Like somebody's directing them. Somebody's directing them to kill people. They're
Nobody
not just
directed him to kill that dude in the street. He killed
And-
because he was
Yeah,
mad.
that was that part. But I'm just
You're trying to say that like the military.
they're like the military. Like yeah, they're
A lot
like,
of them are Nazis too.
Your point?
Look.
I get you,
I'm
I
not-
get you, Rod.
Yeah, I'm just
But I
saying,
don't
like,
agree,
like,
but I get you.
all I'm saying is this: like, it wasn't surprising that they would come back once they decided to work together.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's all I'm saying.
Nah, you say you like Nazi Cap.
But they get
My
out.
homeboys.
They get out just in time, and Yelena touches Bob, which flashes back into her memory. What did y'all think was happening here?
I knew it was happening here. I could tell easily he had some kind of power that could make you like do like Scarlet Witch did, where it makes you go in there and see bad shit. I mean, I guess I don't know exactly, but I knew Bob did some magical shit.
Did y'all think the same thing?
Nah, it kind of caught me off guard because I didn't know he had that power. So I was like, okay, and that's interesting, but it was cool because she had to do some really fucked up shit. I was waiting to see what everybody else's were, but nah, not immediately. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I thought she was dreaming at first till Bob popped up in the dream. I was like, what the fuck Bob got going on? But yeah, I thought it was a dream.
Same
Bob got going on?
I pretty much, yeah.
Sometimes you thought he was a freak.
I was like, how he
Get up in the dreams, like, hey, girl, what?
Oh, that's what you want?
Right, the man of your dreams, literally. Let's go. Nasty ass.
I figured it was him doing like some sort of power or something. Yeah.
From here, him and Yelena have a conversation about the darkness inside, and Yelena basically like they talk through it in a small way, and then she ends it with a joke that's not a joke.
I didn't think she was joking.
That's what I'm saying. A joke that's not a joke. Like they laughed about it.
Did they?
Yeah, when she's like, you bury it.
Yeah,
you
you
bury
push it
deep,
down.
deep side of
Oh,
it.
they did make it like-
They like giggled about it.
They did make it like a joke because even like her gestures was just like in a joking manner.
I didn't get that. I thought she was being serious. Like you need
I
to
mean, I
bury
know
this
she
shit
was
down and
serious,
not pay
but
attention to
yeah,
it.
that was it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Like,
Okay. I know. Yeah, just move on.
What did y'all think of this scene though? This
liked
small interaction.
I liked it because that's real. That's what we think until we get therapy. That's what we all think. Well, not all of us, but that's what a lot of us
of
think.
people think, yeah.
Just swallow it down. Don't stop.
Repress.
Just don't pay attention to it. And then eventually it'll just go away. And I like how that came back later on.
Don't swallow it down. Suppress it. Don't swallow it down.
If you like to swallow stuff, swallow it, bro.
I like that she cared about Bob.
I'm glad
It
you
seemed
finished
like
that sentence.
Bruh.
Y'all are idiots.
I liked it. She took time to at least try to figure out what was wrong with him. But I also like the Cap was being an asshole to him too. That
I
was
did too.
funny. It was
I did too.
all right, Bob.
Bob.
I liked him here, man.
I did too.
I really
played
liked
the
him
character
here,
well.
man. Yeah, I didn't think I was because I didn't like him in Captain America. I did not like him as a character, but they made him grow on me in this one.
Yeah, did it? You ain't Ken?
Nah, not really.
I don't care about feelings.
I didn't really care about it until
I ain't here for this shit.
Hit somebody, goddammit. What action?
yeah, until it came. It made sense later, but at the moment it's like, all right, y'all have your little serious moment. All right, let's go. You don't even know this motherfucker, bro.
That's what made it good.
Yeah, and it
Yes.
was so relatable, especially when he was like, the darkness just turns into a void, and it's just like when not like you hit these depressive states, and it's just like you can't get out of it.
That's
you just
exactly
stuck
what it feels
here.
like.
Like
Yep.
it's like I can't move, I can't do anything. No matter what I try, I'm stuck. Like that shit. As soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, you got me.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you got me. So yeah.
And it wasn't her sister Natasha. She was getting depressed too. Like when after the blip. So I thought that was a nice tie. That she's kind of experiencing the same things right now.
Good point. Good point. I ain't think about it that way. Too.
Yeah, she was really depressed. She had lost her friends, like people that she considered friends because she didn't have many growing up. Yeah.
I mean, even this comes back around. I know y'all was talking about U.S. Agent and with John Walker, where Bob suggests the way to get up the elevator. They suggest to get up the elevator that way, back to back, and
Did y'all think midway through that, okay, how they gonna get out when they get
Oh
out?
yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
I think that was the gag. It's
Got
like,
you. Okay.
they didn't think that far ahead.
It's like, bro, this is not a good idea.
I
I
think
thought
they
it
were
was-
just. No, go ahead.
I thought it was funny when he jumped up and came all the way back down.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I thought that was good. But then climb because because that's what I thought. I was like, I think they're gonna have to try to do it that way, and then they did it. But I was like, okay, how the fuck they gonna
Get out.
get out?
think
I like how
kinda
they did it
pushing
though.
Like they're a bad team.
Yeah.
They're a dysfunctional team. I like that.
I think they could have went up a little higher.
Oh Lord, this guy.
I can't help it. I can't.
I think they were tired though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
being
Yeah, 'cause
tired
it
is
said it was
another.
a mile, didn't it?
Yeah. It was a long way. But if they would have went up a little further, they would have had better odds of getting all out at the same time. If they put their feet on the edge or whatever, it'd have been easier.
it would have been impossible.
As soon as the
The
first
second-
person put their foot up,
Right,
somebody's
everybody's
gonna fall.
I feel you, but they.
Nope.
It ain't no way.
Yep. That's why that gorilla's gonna win, Rod.
I didn't look. For the record, I am not on the 100 side. But nah, I don't know. I feel like that's why I said that. I feel like they could have had a better chance. They could have just threw something to lock on something.
And
They
then
all
hold
got
each other, maybe.
Yeah,
But
something.
how they couldn't have thrown anything.
They had-
Yeah,
they
but
had their
once they
arms
got up
free.
high enough, it could pull. I don't know, do something and hook it up to something. I don't know, something. It would have had better chances to me. But stopping right there in the middle, like, no, you don't have any chance at that point. But that's me putting logic into this.
Don't bring logic into this.
I think around this time, a little bit earlier, I kind of came around because when I first saw who the Thunderbolt team was, I was like, this is a weak ass team. Damn. Like I thought about it, and I was like, bro, like it's supposed to be basically like the Avengers for villains, and I was like, this weak ass team supposed to be Thunderbolts. What the fuck? And so, like watching them fight against each other and thinking about like the way they fight each other, I was like, all right, that makes sense for why they made them Thunderbolts. And then this scene was like, all right, this makes even more sense for making a grounded story while y'all are using them as the Thunderbolts.
To your point, I asked y'all before going to see this, and I was skeptical. I was like, so none of them got superpowers? I seen that they said it in the clip or something like that. So I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, they all but Yelena have superpowers, right?
They drunk
It's 3 super soldiers.
Yeah.
they drunk the mutant juice, but they ain't got no real
Like I
superpowers.
said, the mutant juice.
I'm leaving that
It
alone.
still got power.
Move on, Jalen.
It's still power spike.
I'm not even falling into that one.
But we see that Bob touches John Walker. Damn. Does this backstory give y'all any empathy towards him, especially for the 4 of us who know his story from Captain America? Did this give you any empathy for him?
What about
No.
Before that, before I let y'all answer, let me do this. What about for you, Spike? Did this give you make you feel empathetic for him?
Nah, because this is after he killed the dude.
Oh, so you seen?
Yeah, I
oh,
seen some-
okay,
yes,
so
nah,
cool. So no, you didn't have
care.
any empathy.
You just bad at your job. You depressed. I'm sorry, buddy. You know? But again, I do like how it built his character. You could tell why he was being an asshole too, though.
What about everybody else?
what was the actual question? That's what I was trying to ask you.
Did you gain any empathy from his backstory when Bob touched him and we saw him like sitting in a chair on his phone, reading the news and stuff?
I didn't have no empathy for him because he's probably mad trying to figure out how the fuck he knocked up some niggers. And he was like,
Deal with this little black baby.
this little black baby. How late can we do abortions? That's probably what he was trying to look up. No, I don't. I like him as a character with the way he antagonizes, but I don't like him. So I don't have any empathy for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the way he fits in with the group, but I don't like him as a person. So no.
It didn't really seem like that was the thing that was making him be who he was. It seemed like he was being who he was with his family, and that wasn't a driving force for him being an asshole and depressed and all this other shit. So no, it didn't have any empathy. I didn't have any empathy for him at all, because even the whole being an asshole thing, I thought he was being like super over the top and extra with that, and that they were all really trying to drive home the fact that this guy's a dick to everybody. But nah, I was like trying to figure out where that color came from, that baby. I couldn't wait to see the wife.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his wife being black. I remember she was in the show, but I don't remember her being black. But
Yeah.
obviously, I just missed
Yeah,
it.
she's something, but she ain't white.
Yeah, I think she's definitely a person of color.
She's French.
Yeah.
I kind of view him as the Punisher meets Captain America for like cops. Like I feel like cops will idolize him as like, this is my version of America.
Yeah.
Like
Cops
so
love
that's why
Nazis.
I can't really like have an affinity for him, but it did humanize him to me. Not the scene itself, but when they came back from the flashback inside his brain and it looked like he's about to fall over into the darkness, like it was like that is his pit of despair right there, and like him going into that mode of like being on the phone and looking at what everyone's saying online about himself, like that, like he needs that, and it kind of feeds his mental state. So that kind of caught me there when they did that piece of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know. It just didn't feel that strong to me. I get what they were saying, and it was very simple, a very like quick, simple way of saying what you're saying or whatever. I feel like I just needed something more, like just him. It just seemed so convenient, just him in that chair next to the crib and the baby just screaming. She's like, "Oh, you don't hear the baby?" Da 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 da.
He cussed her ass out.
Yeah, it just
You watched it.
yeah.
Like, I get to me, I don't have a child, obviously, but I feel like there's a lot of men who do internally struggle with being like dealing with outside pressures of the world of like what I'm supposed to be as a man, and I'm not doing that part. Then I come home, and I'm not taking care of the child. Like all that begins internal, and you start to go deeper and deeper into that hole of
Right,
like,
I get you.
despair.
I feel like it was a better way to depict that.
I don't
That's
think
all.
the kid was the main part to even focus on. That's why I think maybe I took a different thing from that scene. It was mostly, I think we're supposed to be taking the fact that he was looking at what he was looking at online. He in the show, he was going to be the biggest thing. He lost all of that because he lost his temper and he killed somebody. So he went from about to be number one to now I'm like one of the most hated people in the United States. I think that was the biggest takeaway. I think the kid was just to kind of like, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what more we needed from that scene. We saw that he was upset because he thought he was going to be the next main hero of the United States, and instead he's this hated person.
No, I get you, but it just seemed kind of cheap to me just having scrolling through his phone and seeing the headlines and the baby's just there crying. I just felt like it was it could have been a more active scene. You know, like that's what I mean. Like just not, you just pick the location, have him scrolling through the phone. It just seemed very cheap.
This seemed more realistic.
Yeah, I'm
to
about to
me.
say you don't know.
Interesting.
I get to like I know how real it is to be on your phone and it just change your mood just by
Yes,
seeing different things about
100%.
the world, about yourself, about people around you. Like
100%, yeah.
if you're just looking on your phone, sitting there, like it can
Getting mad.
completely change.
Yeah.
Your
See, I don't-
mood
see, I
and
don't do
You
something
don't do
like
that, but
Yeah.
So that's
reading
why
dead
I-
end comments from back in the day,
So that's why, okay,
Changes a
got
whole
you.
lot.
Yes.
That's why I couldn't relate with that. Now, if they had him in there, like, trying to do something and then he just spaz out on her or whatever because he's thinking about the shit or whatever, that would have hit me harder.
I mean, he did
versus-
kind of spaz out on it. didn't he?
Well, I'm just saying if he was, like, actively doing something in the house or whatever.
Goddamn black
That's all.
bitch.
I would have got up and left.
No, you wouldn't.
I promise to God I would have got
Like,
up and
get him,
left.
John.
And if I would have left, my girl would have said, "Nigga, we getting the fuck up out of here." So while Val is sending in the troops to kill everybody inside, Yelena and Bob are talking about the history of highs and lows, and he just talks about like how sometimes he has a whole lot of lows, then he has a brief high, and then there's nothingness. God, like Ken, did that mean anything to you?
You asked the wrong
this
fucking
guy.
person.
I think you were trying to speed the conversation up.
I wanted to go ahead and get that out,
Get
the
out
way
the way.
so we can get the impact
saw
of
what you were
everybody
doing.
else.
Yep, with the quick answer.
What did you think, Spike?
It was dope. I just, having been therapy and stuff like that and hearing those things, like, and being able to relate to it, I think they really nailed it without just harping on it too. Like they kept it moving, so I liked it.
What about you, Rod?
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I thought it was again a perfect way of displaying what having anxiety and depression feels like. Highs, lows, and then nothingness. This was perfect.
Yeah, but we just talked about the void and shit.
Yeah, but he didn't. No, never mind.
I think all these conversations, to me, the reason I'm bringing it up is all these conversations matter to eventually the
Yes.
void.
Yeah.
Because it's constantly telling you, like, it's different ways of like just how this happens. Like, it's not just a one fix all. Like, you can find one way to fix a piece of your depression or your anxiety, and then
And that other piece is still there.
it's
You don't know
there.
what
It's
to do
like,
with it.
what the fuck? Like, and you feel defeated because it's like, I'm doing everything possible to fix this shit, and it's still not working.
I think it was what he said with sometimes I have the highs and then sometimes I have the lows and then there's nothingness. That's the part that was so dope because that's so simple of a way of explaining what happens, but I would never be able to say it that simple.
Yep.
It's a good line.
And I think it made more of an impact when he was doing his thing at the end. Like that's the first thing that I thought of when he was saying it. So he was doing a
Yes.
little poof shit.
Yep.
That was fire.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a dope line. He says that I want to bring up later. All right. And they make it out, and then they're stopped by a patrolling officer. I'm pretty sure everybody was a fan of this fight scene. Well, was it not? Was it good enough I mean, it probably wasn't spectacular.
Which fight scene?
So when they were trying to escape, and then the Ox troops basically come in with their guns pointing, it was okay. It wasn't nothing.
Oh, with the night
no,
vision shit.
Yeah, the night vision.
Yeah, it
It
was fine.
Yeah.
But they get stopped by a patrolling officer.
I like fucking Captain again, man. Fuck this shit. He just kind of went in like, man, I fucked with him in this, man. For real.
I just thought her using him, like tying him around, it was a little goofy and silly. Remember, she wrapped him around.
Yeah, stay behind me.
Yeah, because she knew he would get lost if she didn't do that. I liked it.
Yeah.
Dang, y'all are critical.
And then
I think usually me tearing apart Marvel movies. You taking my role.
but they get stopped by a patrolling officer, and Bob gives them a distraction where he leads to getting shot, but then he flies, and then he falls. What did y'all think was happening?
That shit
What
was
the fuck
funny.
was going on here?
Because I was like, bro, you don't know how to fly yet. You didn't even know you could fly. And you up in the air, there's no way you should keep flying. Like, so I like the fact that he just came down and just blew everything up. I'm pretty much sure we all knew that once he got shot, especially with that many bullets, he was going to get his ass up. But no, I thought that was dope.
Was?
Hmm?
He said it was in the trailer. I didn't see it. So.
Him getting up was in the trailer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even see
Okay.
Bob in the trailer. Like I saw the first trailer and I was good.
But I was like, oh,
Watch
shit.
this
We here.
You're right. You're right.
But what I wanted to see though, what I did like with John Walker, I think was that the part when you were talking about he was in the truck, he was like, "Fuck that." Oh no! When he was in the truck and she was like, "Sir, I need to see your ID." He was like, "No." I was like, "Bro,
That was funny too. He had some lines,
I
man.
was like, "Bro," and she was like, "Oh Lord!" Like,
I fucked with him, man. I fucked with him in this, man.
All right. Well,
His delivery was just so good every time.
did anybody want to add anything to him flying and falling?
I was just like when they were shooting at him and they didn't harm him at all, I was just like, oh shit, like what the fuck. But it was dope how he just kind of shot up like in the air like that.
Yeah, it didn't even look like he was flying. It was just like
Yeah, it was just like
It was dope to see that. Like you don't
Almost
know what
like-
the fuck he doing.
Yeah,
And
it was
how did
almost
they
something
even
like
see
was
him?
pulling him.
Who?
in the truck.
They were looking back, and you see.
Yeah, something shooting in the
Yeah.
sky.
I was like, they can see that?
With their eyes, it's not
No,
Daredevil.
I was just like, but they can see that.
It's not Daredevil.
Well, the remaining three are rescued by Red Guardian to Yelena's embarrassment.
That was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
This is when the movies turned. So
Damn, bruh.
yeah, this was funny. She was when he pulled up because we all knew it was him. And oh, I'm sorry. You know,
No, do your thing, boss.
And this line she delivered this shit like the embarrassment of her dad showing up in that car.
Oh,
She
no.
already knew what was about to happen.
Who is that? Nobody.
Nobody.
It took him. How long did it take him to get out there? He said he was driving for 3 days.
Something like that. Yeah, because he had to pee in that cup and whatever.
Don't drink big gulp.
How did he find their location? That's what I was trying to figure out.
He said that there was it was in the news and something like that, and they had did the coordinates. And you know,
Yeah, that's the only thing I was trying to figure out.
he said it, and you just have to kind of like.
I just
Go
believe
with
it.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
I didn't
think
care
about it.
enough. That was one of the.
I asked, I was like, how the hell you know where they're at? But when he said, I was like, oh, okay. Then I guess you do your Red Guardian shit to figure out the rest.
So, Ken, this is basically the halfway point a little bit. I want to ask y'all, who's your favorite character so far in the movie? Or character that probably is like you're gravitating the most. to?
Yelena. Everybody else is lame as fuck.
So Yelena?
Like, Ghost is lame as fuck.
Okay.
Nazi Cap ain't interesting me. Red Guardian's annoying. So, yeah, it was just Yelena.
Yelena.
You got a shit? What are you keep doing?
I gotta go Nazi Cap.
I'm not surprised by that.
I gotta go Nazi Cap.
I'm not
Right
surprised
wing
by
Luke.
that. Yeah. That's the kind of friend he wants. Someone like him.
Sound like he got one.
That was supposed to be an inside joke, but Ken just...
I feel like he had some good one-liners, man. His whole interaction with Bob,
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
I think he. I'm with Spike. Like I really think I like how he delivered here, man. I think Yelena is a given. I think the story's kind of
just called me a basic bitch, didn't he?
That's the easy answer.
It is the easy answer.
It was right. He did the hand gesture and everything.
one
It was
fish,
so
two fish
dismissive.
ass
It
Negro.
was so dismissive. Like, I think that's a given.
That's a given. Of course, that's what you would like with your simple ass. But me, as a high functioning individual, I like Nazi cap.
You sit on the curb, asshole.
Right. Jesus,
shit.
dollar menu ass motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying, man. You know, I just feel like obviously the story's centered around her, so I'm thinking people outside of her or whatever, and I would go with Cap, man. He really
I think
surprised
like
me.
women. That's what it
He
sound
surprised
like.
me.
It sound like you misogynist.
Huh?
It sound like you just don't like women.
No, I just like his arc, man. I like his story, the whole losing your family, all that. Like he just had a really good. Because even she had some empathy for him at one point. They show that at some point.
I didn't like any of them, and nobody was my favorite up to this point.
Damn.
This whole first half was a drag for me.
Oh my god, this dude.
Yeah, no, it was.
What?
It was, and I was really trying to process and understand what the fuck was happening. But I think they did a lot of this for people that didn't watch the shows, and really trying to get them up to speed for who these characters are and why.
They did a good job of it because I didn't get to see.
I didn't realize that until after when I got in the truck, and because none of them watched the shows in my family, so they weren't familiar. So I felt like they had to do a lot of not a lot of, but they had to do some of that to kind of set up what we went through. But you know, I was like, okay, yeah, but nah. To answer your question, nah, I didn't like any of them.
Damn.
All right. So since you didn't like anyone of them, while they were trying to escape from Ox and they finally catch up to him, did you enjoy the fight that they were having back? Like
The driving,
yeah.
oh man, that shit was tight. Like, from here on out, I think we were good because they kind of got away from some of the other shit and we got into more of the story. But oh yeah, this was dope. They were still doing the little goofy shit with Guardian. You can kind of see some stuff coming, like with the Genuine thing or whatever. So the big gulp thing, which was fine. But nah, man, y'all, you already know, man. When Bucky showed up, bro, like that's when shit was like, all right, there we fucking go, bro.
That was hard.
It doesn't seem like it should have been that cool, but it was.
Did y'all have a reaction? Was there a reaction in y'all theater when Bucky showed up? No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a reaction.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a reaction of mine.
It was.
I mean, he just was dope. He came like, especially when she thought it was her when she shot, but we realized it was because he put that shit on the fucking truck.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was dope.
Yeah, because when Evan's like, who the fuck got that shit? Like the little magnet thing that blew up the truck. I'm like, who the fuck got that shit? But no, I think because even when he threw the fire and it blew out, you know, when he was driving 56 miles per hour, he was like, just give it time.
But that shit was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
Absolutely, I laughed
Yeah.
out loud. I thought that shit was funny too, and he thought the Molotov was gonna work, and that shit ain't.
because it worked for a minute. I was like, oh, that was hard.
Yeah,
No, that's
They had that shit going
That was
slow
played
mo.
so well.
That was shit going slow mo and everything. dog.
Especially because you don't know that's what he's gonna do. You think he's just taking a drink. So it was like multiple jokes all combined into one. So I thought it was great. He grabbed the bottle. You think he's gonna drink it. He instead lights it, throws it. Oh, I was like, oh, that was a hard ass move. Nope, it blew out.
Oh, that's
I loved it.
Nah, it was a Marvel thing. And all the jokes that they've been doing up to that point just was like, this is going to be another joke. But either way, I think when, because she shot one of them, right?
No, she thought she did.
Wait, somebody did some. Oh, when Ghost tried to go out and face out.
They did that
bro.
horn on that.
Yeah, they fucked her up. I thought she shot one of them.
I thought
though.
she did too, but
They wanted us to think it, but that was
That was Bucky.
That's what I was
I
saying.
thought she
It was
actually
Bucky.
capped one of them.
No, I thought she shot through the windshield of one of them.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did that. I'm talking about when the truck flipped. I'm talking about.
Yeah, she didn't do the second
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
but she
yeah.
got the first one.
Yeah, she did.
She was like, "Oh, fuck this," and we're like, "Boom!" I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. But yeah, the second one came through. But nah, yeah, when Bucky came through in that motorcycle, bro, he threw that shit and wrapped that motherfucker around.
That
bro.
was hard as fuck,
Hey.
dog. That was so good.
Yeah.
That shit was tight.
Punched in the ground. That truck. That was in the trailer though.
It was.
Yeah, stop.
Oh
I'm going
man.
I'm going
keep
to.
saying
I know
that.
I keep saying this, but a year and a half. At some point, I'm gonna get through my void, Rod, and I'm gonna stop watching trailers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this was a reminder of like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
This felt good.
Yeah.
Seeing it, it was like, okay, I remember.
Yeah, seeing him on the motorcycle, all that, all of
the
that.
T2 shit. See, people our age are the only ones that are gonna catch that. Did you
Right.
catch that?
Terminator 2, how he
Yeah,
put
with the
thing
gun.
flip,
That was so
fire.
hard,
Yep.
bro. That was so
Was
hard.
fire.
Little kids wouldn't know nothing about that.
So we transitioned to Val at Avengers Tower. Did y'all have any thoughts on her buying Avengers Towers? Did y'all feel any way about it?
Nope.
I thought that was it was interesting. It was interesting.
They call it Watchtower.
So in the comics, when it comes to Century, like he ends up putting like a watchtower in order, like to keep him from going into the void, to keep the void from happening, and all that. So that's kind of what they were hinting at there.
But isn't that DCU?
The watchtower that's in the sky.
Yeah, don't they have
Yeah,
the
I
same
mean, they got a
Watchtower?
Watchtower.
Not like they have a copyright on it. I
it's
just
like
thought
it's-
it was
I
kind
mean,
of.
I mean, they got superheroes in DC, and they got
Yeah,
superheroes. In
I just thought it was like, where did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the reference. Though. I didn't think about it at all, though.
I like the quote she told her assistant when she said, "Righteousness without power is
It's just an opinion.
That was fire.
That was.
Oh yeah, that was a
That
good line.
was.
But I mean, it was just a nod to us because a lot of us been wondering like, who the hell's in Avengers Towers ever since Homecoming when he sold it. It was like, what the fuck happened to Avengers Towers? We thought the Fantastic Four bought it. That was my biggest assumption, but this is what they did with it. They just had like held that for the longest to give us this. I'm kind of disappointed, but not really.
Damn.
But Val talks about, and he learns about, like she talks about his past and his potential, but when he touches her, she sees her past. He sees her past. Did this scene impact y'all at all? About seeing a little bit back into her story, like her backstory?
No. I didn't need to know why she was a terrible person.
I think that makes a more compelling villain. Like typically, if it's just I'm just evil, ha, it's just like, oh, I don't care about this. But her showing that like she got her own family killed. We're still not even exactly sure what was up with her family. But I think that Marvel is doing or trying to do well with creating villains that are interesting. Like if she's just running around making these dumb jokes and just, doing all this stuff for nothing, it's just like, I don't care. But showing that she had a hand in a very tragic event, I liked it. Not saying you have to or you should, but I enjoyed it.
I think the reason I didn't dislike it, but it didn't do anything for me in the sense of I just felt like she wanted the power. Like I want to be the most powerful person in the world, and that story didn't align with her motives.
But her killing or accidentally killing her family, maybe ending up in foster care, who knows? Maybe they're going to explore more of this later. Yeah. But I think that could tie into why she wants power now. I don't know. I mean, this is me reaching like a motherfucker, but I like that they gave it that little nugget.
I didn't need it.
You need more with some shit. You need less with some shit. You're just not happy. You are just. We can't please you, man.
I am pleased. I just said I didn't need it. I was fine with how she was, and again, I gotta remember I didn't really like her character like that. So it's okay, but that's why I didn't need it because it's like okay, I don't care if she died.
Damn,
like, I just don't.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. Like to see that she's fucked up. Like Marvel is known for having fucked up people, and it may be why she's like a stickler for her name too. Like when she kept checking them like D Fontaine and not Fontaine, because she got her family killed, and that's a way that she can honor her family. But she has a story, and we didn't really know what the story was. And I think that's a very tragic story because she talks a lot in the movie, and we don't know why she's so cold.
Right. Exactly.
And to see that her talking and not listening to her dad was like, I told you not to talk to anybody. And she did, and it led to her father's death.
And she has to fit into this group in some way. So it makes sense that she would also have this terrible thing that happened to her in the past. If she was just a squeaky clean white lady running around, just like, who cares? But the fact that she has this huge regret, I think it fits.
I agree. I liked it a lot. Like giving me backstory. Because like Mike is saying, I like for my villains to have compelling stories. Like I want to understand what turned you. I don't want to like just feel like you're innately evil just because you're evil. It's like what impacts you to be this way, and they gave me something. But all right, so this is something that builds upon her character, who she is. I could see why somebody would hate the world and begin to like take that inner energy and just spell it out in different ways. Like I really appreciate giving me that little nugget about her.
Do y'all think she's actually a villain at this point though?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a villain. Yeah.
What makes her a villain at this
She
point?
tried to kill all the people that work with her, and she got this rogue plan that she's doing within the government that she's hiding from everybody, and she's just ruthlessly murdering people with no remorse, no callous, like complete nothing.
But she also has this flip side.
It doesn't matter.
Right. She ordered all the
Doesn't
people,
matter, bro.
Right, she ordered all
killed-
the people in the office to be killed. She killed 13 people trying to create bombs.
She felt like they were terrible people.
Hey,
As a terrible person
Hold on, hold
herself. I'm sorry.
is Trump a villain?
Man, come on now. We not doing that.
he's on. That's a good point.
We're not doing that. We can say that about America in general. Like,
Yes, you can.
yeah.
You just proved the point.
But I'm saying, but we live in a fucking America. Like so we have accepted military. We accepted these things. I mean, some of us, obviously, but I'm not saying all of us accepted it. But this is what we do. So she felt like she's doing a greater good. I know it
No, she
sounds a lot.
doesn't.
She
No,
said
she
it,
doesn't.
though.
She
But
did
she
it
said
for
it
her
ain't
own-
about Century
She
though.
said
She
there's
said
no such thing as good people.
But-
There's
but-
only bad people
but-
and worse people.
Right. So, but I thought that was the whole reason she wanted to use Century to get rid of like.
We gonna matter of fact.
No, she was going to capitalize on
yeah,
it.
let's-
But did she not feel like this Suicide Squad were bad people?
That doesn't matter. She wasn't doing anything for the greater good. She was doing it all for herself.
I'm not saying that she wasn't doing anything.
Well, that
for
makes her a
herself.
villain.
Oh, okay.
And you did say you thought she was doing it for the greater good.
Well,
You just said
I'm
that.
just saying. I think two things can be true. I think that's all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to figure out like when y'all say villain. I don't think of her as a traditional villain.
She's not. That's the point.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
what
this
makes
is
it great.
good.
Yeah.
So
She's not
so
the
what
traditional
what kind
villain.
of villain do y'all compare her to? Or this is a
To
new type
Thanos.
of-
Thanos, Lex Luthor is another
Right.
one. Like Maxwell Lord, is that
Right.
the one in? I think he made.
A lot of people say Thanos was right.
That is the point,
That's the
though.
point. That makes a great villain. Where
That
it's
makes a
like
good villain.
Killmonger. It's just like
I get you.
You can see why they're doing it, and like in a way it makes sense. But it's like you're harming people in the process.
Somebody say, "Hey, she like promoting women."
She was about to kill her own damn sister.
Well, Bucky after Bucky captured them, he agrees to work with them after being told to that she's up to no good, that Val's up to no good, and they break into her new place where she ultimately just invites them up, and they see Bob again. First thoughts when y'all saw Bob come down the stairs.
Hail
Suit was
Hitler.
whack.
Yeah.
Homelander from The Boys.
He
That's what it
did look like a
reminded me
figure
of.
as Homelander.
Yeah.
Well, that was coming down the stairs though. You didn't even see what he can do yet.
No, I ain't see what he could do yet. Once I seen what he could do, I was like, God damn, Bob.
Man,
Bob a bad boy.
shit, bro. Like when I saw him come down in that suit, because you know they had kind of given us hints throughout with the paper drawings of it,
The emblem.
with the emblem. Yeah, I was like, bro, they in fucking trouble. And when he came down, I was like, oh shit, she done convinced him to be on her side, and she manipulated him into doing that. And I'm like, okay, so how is she going to convince him to attack them? You know, but yeah.
How much time had passed? How much time?
I let that go, but I know where you're going. I had to let that go, Spike, because I was enjoying the film, but that popped in my head. So
First of all, that suit looked tough as fuck. That nigga.
Oh, now you're just lying to yourself, God in the
That
world.
shit was hard as fuck when that nigga came. He had a comic accurate suit. He looked just like Robert Reynolds. That shit was perfect. I don't care what nobody says. That shit was perfect the way he came down.
don't care
mean,
if it's
something
comic book
can be-
yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think we're saying the same thing. It could be comic book average. That shit whack. It was
Facts.
whack in the comics.
Facts.
It's whack here
Back,
too.
back to y'all, I guess. But
You thought he looked cool.
In no way.
Yes.
He looked
like
insane.
Shazam.
I get your point.
He looked like
I
a
get your point.
racist Shazam.
But as a person who loves comic books and actually like comic book outfits, I think this shit looks great. Y'all can't like think about it this way. Y'all think Wolverine's comic book act like his
I
shit
think
looked
he
hard
looked
in Deadpool,
ridiculous.
but you thought it looked good in Deadpool and Wolverine.
No. No,
That's
it
not what
looked-
you said when we
That's
reviewed it.
different. It's comic accurate, so it was like exciting because I'm seeing his comic accurate. That's not the same thing as me thinking it looks cool. I'm pretty sure I said in the review that when he pulled like the actual,
cow?
it looks stupid. It actually looks stupid.
I thought they were trying to make him look
I
stupid.
think he looked tough. That's
You think Wolverine looked tough and this dude
no, I
looked
don't think
tough?
Wolverine looked tough.
Oh, you think he looked stupid?
I think it looked weird.
Yeah.
It looked weird.
But I think it looked cool because I have been growing up like watching Wolverine and being like, oh, they finally gave him the little things, but it looked goofy.
For me, it's just Century is supposed to be a golden age character, so that's why it just fit perfectly for me. Like he's supposed to be the wacky Stan Lee, like Jack Kirby. Like he's supposed to be based in that time, and it fit perfectly.
I get you liking
love it.
comic book accurate. I'm not against you on that, but you saying it looks cool. Just I
He's
don't
supposed
know.
to look like he's supposed to look like Marvel Superman.
Slick hair back.
that's
He
what
did
it
look
looked-
like Marvel Superman.
and that's
which
exactly
is-
what he
which is
looked like. I
whack.
was like,
Well,
fuck with
Superman
it.
look cool though.
Superman did not look cool.
No, Superman costume is
Superman
whack.
running around in drawers, bruh.
I thought Superman looked cool.
I think it looked good.
It wasn't enough for me to like. It didn't take me out the movie or anything like that. But I was definitely like, oh, that suit is terrible. That suit is really terrible.
I guess I'm also sick of always the grounded approach to these comic book characters too.
Yeah.
Like, they always take the iconic looks and they be like, "Oh, we got to make it more grounded so people can believe it." And I'm like, I'm over that shit. They comic book characters.
I'm with you
Make the
100%.
fucking niggas comic book
Yep.
characters.
I'm with you on that.
But y'all thought the fight scene was dope. Y'all was like,
That was
That fight scene was, bro. The best part to me is when he punched Bucky, flew up and caught his ass. I was like, can he catch a breath? And when he threw Buddy through the window
brought that nigga
and
back.
brought him back. But in the moment, I didn't get why he was doing it. But when he was talking to Val, which we'll get to, of course, and explained it, I was like, that is so incredibly dope to me that that's what they were thinking. Because the whole time I was like, why doesn't he just kill them like Homelander did? But they made it make sense.
I love how they showed with such ease how powerful he was. Like for somebody that's just not into the comics, my first time seeing him, I legit was thinking like, oh, how they gonna beat dude? Because like it wasn't no weaknesses.
And see, that's what I thought Mike in particular was gonna have a gripe with, because you typically don't like overpowered characters. So
this
why do
is
you
the
like him?
Textbook definition.
I don't
of
like him.
overpowered.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing. I'm
so I was different. I didn't like how powerful he was. Like they couldn't phase him at all, and so it just couldn't even penetrate his face. Like who's punching at him? Like who's doing
Bucky?
that? Bucky. Oh my god! I was like, he's not even like.
Bucky was putting hands on him.
He
bro.
thought he was.
But Bucky's just a super soldier. Like I imagine there's got to be. I don't read the comics obviously, but I imagine there's got to be someone that can hurt him. But I'm not saying I like him as a character. I don't. I thought he was corny. But I thought the scene itself was dope when he was beating their asses.
Is it somebody
It was
that's hurt?
creative.
Can Hulk
Ain't
put
nobody
a hands?
hurt.
Oh, you don't want to say
Oh,
it.
it's
You don't want
okay,
to say it.
spoiled.
Who's Hope?
Hulk.
Oh, Hulk. Nah. I think
You think
Sentry.
Hulk
I
would get
think
his hands
Sentry
in?
whooping. Thanos whooped Hulk's ass, and Hulk ran away
I
and
mean,
hid.
they fought.
That's what I'm saying. But
Hulk
if
got his ass
but
with
if
Disney.
Sentry hit Hulk, it's just gonna make
It
him
kind of came
matter.
to a stalemate. It was
Yeah.
it was world breaker Hulk
it's-
too.
So then Sentry ain't that dude then, because it wasn't no stalemate when Thanos put their hands on him.
But it's more story behind it for why he didn't beat him. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. That's why to y'all, she makes a quick nod when after she hits the kill switch on him, saying like y'all. She said something like get Hulk on the phone. I guess that's supposed to be a nod to us, and maybe down the line, Sentry's gonna actually show him. Like I don't know. I'm hopeful.
He's
Oh,
gonna
we
fight
gotta
Hulk.
see that.
I gotta see that.
We
Sentry
gotta
and the
see
Hulk.
that
I
fight,
gotta
bro.
see that shit.
That's the first person
That
I
shit-
thought. I was like, the only person I think, or the only character I think is probably the Hulk that could do some sort of damage.
I don't know.
At least grab him.
Man,
At least grab him.
I love
Nobody could touch him, and
I know.
that shit fucked with me. I
that.
was
No,
like,
that shit
"Ugh."
was great.
And
That
he
shit
bent.
was
He bent
great.
Caps.
Oh my
That ain't
shit,
cap.
all of it, bro.
He said he
He-
turned my
he-
shield
your
into a
cap.
taco.
Ain't my cap.
Yeah,
turned my
yeah.
shield into a
No, I loved it completely. I thought that shit was fantastic because I already knew what was gonna happen. Like, so how do you show that this motherfucker is untouchable?
Somebody said Captain Marvel. I ain't think about that.
Who is that?
Nah, it don't
Bro,
matter.
it don't, bro.
It don't matter.
Rod, Sentry is a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Not Captain
The only
Sentry
person I
is
thought
a
was Thor.
fucking problem, bro.
But I
Thor,
thought
Thor can fuck
Not
with
even Thor.
Y'all, Sentry
Not
is a
even-
fucking
yeah, I'm
problem.
telling y'all.
Well, we saw that, but we're saying if there's anybody that can at least
I
get a
know.
lick or two off.
I
how
feel
can't
you.
how can't
The
Captain
one-
America?
the people that can have not been introduced in the MCU yet. So
Yeah.
like no, just
Well,
no. Everybody got named. No.
I'm just trying to. Say,
Now, well, let's just move on. Then.
I know it's a good exercise. It's fun to see
I
y'all
feel
go
like the
through it.
two would be
Wanda
Captain.
Maximoff.
Cap-
No, I'm dead ass because
Oh.
she was the only one that actually hurt
I
Thanos.
get your point. And no.
I don't care about your little comic books. I'm talking about the movies.
Who you say?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
She could do that shit she
Even
does.
if you're taking MCU, the Hulk could probably go. The Hulk is a good one.
Nah,
That's
Hulk
the
getting
first
his
one I
ass
thought
whooped.
of.
Thor might be a good one, but based on what we know, but we was like, man, she told me I was a fucking god, so I'm thinking shit.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
Stronger
god.
than a god, she
Right.
said.
She hyped him up, and he didn't want to listen to her at all. But he completely wiped the floor. I'm like, how the fuck they gonna beat this dude? There's
But
no
they're
way
all weak, though.
these guys can beat them. I
They're all
know
weak, so
exactly.
that wasn't surprising. If
Exactly.
if he fought real people, like real superheroes, I might have got more of a oh shit, he's a bad. Like when Thanos whooped everybody's ass, I was like, oh, Thanos is that
Yeah,
guy.
he beat Hulk ass on the entrance.
Thank you.
Like I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
but no,
what I'm
but
saying?
yeah. So when it was like Sentry, then he got to fight these fucking goof offs. Like, oh my god, and they had no idea what was coming. But I loved how they just completely showed everybody there's no contest.
Yes.
He just everybody like we're not even having a debate.
If this was a regular movie, I would be on the opposite end of Ken. But we'll get there, obviously. But with the way this ends, I like that he was overpowered.
Yeah, he threw. Was that Wanda Maximoff? He threw up on the ceiling and brought.
She wasn't in this.
Not Wanda, but
Was that a cutscene?
Yelena. When he threw up, bruh, man.
Now, that was kind of foul because she's a regular human.
I know, yeah.
That wasn't nice.
And she was nice to him.
man, he warned him.
She
He
was
said,
nice to
"Don't
him,
make
too.
me do this."
He
He
sure
gave
did.
him a warning. He let him straight up. Don't make me do this. Like y'all really.
And is this the one where he ripped off Bucky's arm?
Yes.
Do
Oh
that shit
my
at him.
god.
Bro.
Get
Hey,
it.
get this bullshit out of here.
Take it home with you, brother.
And slapped his ass with his own arm. They need to stop doing Bucky like that, bro.
No, they don't.
Everybody laughed.
Because Bucky should have took his little shirt off like he's about to do something.
He did.
Where were you the last 7.5 minutes? Because we all knew you wasn't gonna do shit to this motherfucker. You better just leave and call Sam
He
Wilson.
tried though.
He tried. He
Ooh,
didn't.
he
He didn't
tried.
succeed.
He had maximum effort too.
Yeah, he
like,
did.
Because isn't
Man.
that shield? Isn't Patriot
Wakanda?
Shield? No, U.S. Agent Shield. Isn't that shit vibranium?
That's what I'm saying. Like he
don't
bent
know what
that
It's
that
not
shit.
vibranium.
I don't think Val had.
Okay.
Nah, that shit was aluminum.
He made it look like aluminum. But yeah, I thought it was like the same shit that Cap had though.
Because Val gave him that shield at the end of the.
They
Val
took
gave him-
they took
Okay.
his shield
All
back.
right.
Yeah, they took
Cool.
his shield.
Oh.
That's why he had that little rag on all the scratches and shit all over it.
Well, I thought it was because it was a shield, so he damaged it or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I don't
don't
know.
think
That's
so,
what I was
at least.
asking.
Yeah.
Well, after they get their ass whipped and they in the street, Yelena basically saying, "I suck, y'all suck, we all suck. Give the fuck up."
Hey, that was real.
Now this was a good scene with her and
The dad.
the dad.
Yeah,
This was a
yes,
really
yes.
good scene.
Facts.
But guess what? A lot of this was in the trailer too.
Damn.
I watched more than one trailer. I'm still
Apparently,
Yeah,
you watched the whole movie.
yeah, because I saw the part where she said, "Oh, good, that was good."
Yeah.
I don't have her accent. That's all you know.
Yeah, and I think the reason this probably got is because it's not doing well in the box office, and I think they were really trying
It's
to.
not?
That's
not really.
surprising.
That shit was
Not-
packed
not
out.
compared-
where I
Oh,
was.
because people aren't showing up. I bet
Yeah.
you. I bet you they'll start doing better.
I think
later.
it's the like compared to their expectations, it's not doing what it needs to do. Like it's not a higher like it for the budget and what they expected it to be. It's not that right now. So, I think it's because they sold the movie wrong. Like, and that it sucks to say that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
sold the movie wrong. They should have probably put Bucky more in the forefront. Like, give that connection to Bucky more, of Bucky more.
They're saying it's doing well at the box. Well,
So
somebody
160
said it's doing
They
well.
say it's matched this budget. That's not great.
No.
It didn't look good.
People look at, and this is the other thing I want to tell people too, as far as like, y'all look at the budget, but y'all got to realize they spend probably like half of that too on marketing.
Yeah,
Like, so they got to
promotion.
make that, and the theater is going to split some of that money that they make at the theater. So you
Well,
can't
it
just
just
look at
came
that.
out.
So we're
dog.
talking about performance. Well, I guess
just
maybe we'll
came
get to
out.
that at the end. But
Yeah, we can dive into
I
that.
feel like, I mean, the fifth theater I was at was packed.
Yeah, it is my fault.
Packed.
I get your point, but
But either way, I did like this scene when they came because if you just got your ass whooped like that, like what the fuck you like? We just got whooped, like bro, we ain't shit. And up to this point, you've all been documenting how you just ain't fucking shit. You know, you adopted the name of an ain't shit fucking soccer team that didn't win a game. So, and they're all cast off. So it made sense for her, who's been going through these issues throughout the whole movie, and before then to be like, y'all, like, what the fuck we gonna do? Like, we just got whooped. We can't beat this guy.
Yep. And they played it so well too, in the sense of like her dad was the only one excited about it. And we seen how he was living before. Like this is something to him now. He's like, come on, let's go regroup, let's go replaying. And all of them looking at him like he had 3 heads. I thought that was a really good little twist to it.
All that was good, but her talking, man, and she was just like, I go home. And I get on my phone and I feel like nothing. Like I just feel less. Like it's like
no, I go to work, I come home, I drink.
Yep.
I go to work.
I come home.
I'm alone.
Oh my god.
I'm on my phone, and then I'm alone. Like it's just like you left me alone. Like it's just like I felt all that shit. Because even her talking about it, even though she was saying that he left alone, she was still talking about it in the sense of like, even if she had people, she would still feel like there's a sense of loneliness. I just have no matter what, and I just felt that shit, man.
This made the first scene more powerful to me.
Yes.
The first discussion. But this was so good, man. And she killed this scene. I didn't think her acting was amazing in Black Widow. When I don't know if y'all remember, she was trying to do the same kind of thing at the dinner table. And she was just like, because I mean, you guys like don't understand, like, this is what happened. And I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. She's 10 times better in this. Like, I actually believed her this time. Even with the terrible accent she has, I believed it this time. But yeah.
You know what I thought was interesting? I mean, it's New York, but at this point, heroes have been around for so long, they didn't even pay attention to them motherfuckers in costume. They just walking right by.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2.5 seconds, I did pull the asshole shit and be like, all right, bro, where's y'all are in New York. Where's Doctor Strange? Where's Spider-Man? All this shit. But then you have to just erase that and be like, I don't care anymore. But yeah, you're right. I didn't even. There's only one person.
Do that. I really do hate it, but I get
Well,
it.
It's thing. You gotta ask the question. It's New York,
you do
bro.
have to ask the question.
I mean, there's also multiple villains around the world.
I know.
But
We
they're
don't know
in
what
New
they were
York.
doing.
There's multiversal threats being put on around the world.
Here's what I'll say,
I can
Taylor.
understand the superhero's not here right now because maybe I'm in the multiverse dealing with somebody.
Yeah, of
maybe I'm on the
course.
other side of the country.
But I don't think it's a crazy thing to stop and think for a second. Like, oh, there is a huge darkness going across New York.
Right.
And not all of, but a lot of the heroes we've been growing up to know up until now with the MCU have been in New York. So yeah, for a hot second, but like I said, I let it go.
And also
Spider-Man
I let
just
it
in
go
the void
quick.
right now.
Huh?
Spider-Man just in the void
That's
right now.
why a lot of times I'll just assume that happened, or I'll assume Spider-Man's off world somewhere. It's not like I was a ding for the movie.
I guess
but
I'm
in the
holding-
moment.
I more so got it when y'all did Daredevil, because for Daredevil it's like it's days at a time. Kingpin is over the city. This right now it's like a couple of hours is what it felt like. So it's like, all right, maybe I'm not around.
I mean, that's fine. But I was just more like looking at the people. Like they're so accustomed to superheroes now, seeing them in the middle of the street in costumes. It's like, all right, you in my way, move. You know.
You saw the old lady that looked
Yes,
back.
that was
hilarious. 'Cause she was really just like, can y'all fucking move?
Right.
Like,
That was some real New York shit. Like it was definitely New York.
Yeah, I
it
heard.
felt like they really could have just dropped them in New York and just filmed regular ass people, and that was how it went down. But that was really funny.
What did y'all think of Sentry's conversation with Val when he was talking through? Go ahead.
I was gonna say it shit could come back around though. Like
It will.
The movie, like with the darkness shit happen, it could show on another side of town. This is what was happening.
Probably.
Yeah.
They've done that before with
Yeah,
the blip shit. You
but
know what I'm
they
saying?
don't
Like,
need to.
I mean, they made a nod to the Hulk too in this one.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It might actually come back around because it's in New York. It's like, yo, when that shit was happening, so we might see somebody like Doctor Strange teleporting somewhere else. When it's
I bet it
happening.
won't, because they'd have to cover too much shit. Because then they're gonna have to talk about where was Daredevil and Fisk.
They
during
might, though.
Yeah, that's just too much. They're not gonna do all that just to satisfy some assholes that are like, where's this person at?
And the
Where's
darkness
this
has to,
guy?
and the darkness has to actually hit you, right?
I don't know. Shit.
It's
That's
kinda
Jalen.
both. It's kind of like, and based off the scene, it's kind of both. Like, there's a lot more that Sentry can do. That's what he's, to me, the true definition of over fucking powered.
Somebody said Daredevil didn't see it.
Rob is an asshole.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I don't think they know about citrus, but
He thought it was.
it was. This was a good conversation because I don't think she knew what she was getting into, and her assistant kept trying to warn. It was like, "Yo, this guy's fucked up. This is not like the perfect experiment. You're more excited that it worked, but it worked on the wrong motherfucker. He's twisted. He's lost in his head. Like but she didn't care. You know, for her, it was like she's looking at future profits. So if this is the one that worked and she got a chance to make money off of it and sell it to other people, then that was fine. And she had a means to protect herself with the kill switch. But hell, that shit didn't fucking work.
She thought she did.
Yeah.
I was surprised he flipped so quick. I didn't think it was gonna be the same scene that he like turned on her.
I mean, it made sense
But it
that
did
he
make
would
sense,
think
though.
that, especially someone that actually does have depression and anxiety,
That's
where
what
he's
made it
like,
make
oh,
sense.
wait, what? You're
Yeah.
trying, oh, I have power now? Yeah, I love the way they did
Yeah,
this.
I think it was good.
Yeah, he talked through it with her. He's like, "You telling me how powerful I am, but I'm supposed to listen
Right.
to you,
You?
like,
Right, for
and
what?
I don't want to do these
Like, I'm a
things.
god.
Like, come on." Even when he told like I was like pulling my punches, and like she wanted him to kill them, and he was like, "No, like I'm not gonna do
what?
it."
And
They're
no
not a
threat.
threat.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense on why he flipped, especially giving into the void because she tried to kill him.
Yep.
So it made perfect. Like, damn, like I
Yep.
trusted you, and she played on his emotions by talking to him about he deserves to be loved. Like, and she all this validation that she was giving him, and then all of a sudden you turn on me when I don't do what you need. It's like, oh, really?
I mean,
Just like his mother, well, I haven't gotten to that part, but just like his mother did when he was trying to defend her. It was like he's used to people turning on him and betraying him, and then it happens again. Man, this shit was good, man.
Yeah, I mean, to say that he didn't kill them because they're not a threat, that's a cold ass fucking line, bro. It's like, they're not even a threat to me.
I mean, that's how it should be, but you know.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's like, bro, it's like, I ain't worried about them, bro. You seen them?
Well, then the void happens, and you know, he poofing niggas.
This shit was
That was
Like
nuts.
that line he said, and he's like, "Why do you want to keep fighting?" Or like, I can't remember the exact line when he poofed somebody and he was like, "You don't have to keep fighting," and he voided them, like, cause he like can feel it, whatever pain he can feel it. Like, you don't have to keep fighting that. I help you release that. I felt that shit too. I was like, nigga,
That's
like,
hard.
dang, y'all felt a lot of shit.
bro, this shit was.
It was an
this
emotional
shit was-
movie.
This shit
Yeah.
was some heavy
See,
shit.
if you don't like feelings, you ain't gonna like this movie.
Facts. Yep.
Nah, he had some good lines, but
Yeah.
well, before we get to that, did you like seeing the team come together when they was because when he was like getting rid of all the motherfuckers in the helicopter and all that shit and the crane and all that shit started to fall
That was
down,
That
bro.
was
good,
so
man.
good.
Yeah.
That sequence of like all of the stuff falling and shit.
And then them coming together to form that team and all showing them one by one save
And
people
then,
and stuff like
You know,
that.
the best part was when he saved that little girl.
Oh my
And
God.
he said, "I got you."
Oh,
They got me with that one.
I
I said,
loved
oh.
people screamed in my theater. People screamed literally in my theater.
Yeah, mine
Oh
too.
my God.
I loved it.
See, y'all can't clown me dodging the 3D knife if they were really screaming about this little white girl got poofed.
Because no one's you didn't really see that coming at all. No. Like it was just like a perfect hero moment.
It was.
You know, and they'd all just came together and banded up and pushed the thing together as a team, you know, and then she was just gone. I was like, yes.
That was foul, bro.
It was.
That was. I did too. I was like, oh shit, they really killed this little girl.
Hey, man.
I was like, let's fucking go. We killing children.
Man, I'm telling you,
Okay.
let's do it.
I'm just kidding, YouTube. Don't take us down. Don't take us down. We're just
I forgot
joking.
about that, but nah, that shit was dope, bro. Like that showed how serious this shit was. When you take a kid off the fucking board, shit is
Immediately?
fucking real, bro. Yeah, it's just like nah, this is some serious shit that's happening right now.
I
And y'all
did
need
not
to pay
expect that.
attention.
And there was a cool effect that they did with that. I actually watched the director talking about it. I won't get into it, but it was actually a really
I saw
cool
that too.
effect. That how they did that because it looked really dope. That's also in the trailer. But yeah, that was really cool.
And they also, his inspiration. You see what he said his inspiration was for it? Like the way they went
Thanos
around?
snap?
No. Go ahead.
The atomic bombings in Japan.
In Hiroshima, which I think is amazing. Amazing that's what his give this guy more movies because that was really an interesting thing to draw from.
But yeah, the theater was shocked when that shit happened. Yeah.
Well, Yelena decides that she's going to go inside the void. I don't think this was the smartest idea, but
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I like how they played on her saying sometimes she wants to succumb to the darkness or whatever, and then she does in this moment.
Yep.
I mean, I get the motives and I get how important it is in the telling the story. But I would have been like, nah, I ain't doing that.
But she didn't have anything else to live for, which is why I thought this was actually a really
Valid.
good point.
That's what
I'm
It's like
saying,
she
yeah.
walks up and then she's just like, well, if this works, cool. If it doesn't,
Yep.
what am I losing? So I liked it.
I got you. The nigga in me would have said, nah, we ain't doing that today.
Well, luckily there were no niggas there.
I don't think it was a lot of black people in besides Buck, but I did
Bucky's not black.
Buck from The Wire.
Bunk.
Oh,
my
my
bad.
bad. I'm like, wait,
Bunk,
what? Like,
not
what?
Buck. Bunk.
Yeah, bunk.
Gotcha. Ghost is black, isn't she?
She's something.
Yeah, I think she.
He's darker than Logic.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I love seeing the dad though. Red Guardian's reaction to it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was really,
David
really
Gilmour's
good.
really good. That's his
Yeah,
name, right?
David Harbour. Yeah, I
Harbour.
think so.
David Gilmour's from
Harbour.
Pink
Yeah,
Floyd.
because he was so goofy and so over the top, and towards this part, a lot of his antics were starting to really hit a little bit more. But when he became serious in that moment and a really concerned father,
It's really good.
I was like, yo, like I love seeing that from him. So that was dope.
So that's the same guy from Stranger Things at that point, because he felt that way about Elle.
Huh?
I'm saying.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he-
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. I get you. Yeah. He's good at that.
He's
Playing
good at that.
concerned
So
father.
so that part he's really, really good at.
How did y'all feel about seeing Yelena going through the different rooms and dealing with her trauma and her past? And
That shit was.
how did y'all feel about that?
It reminded me of something else, like a TV show or something. But it kind of reminded me of Stranger Things, like being on the other side of the little monster void.
The upside
whatever.
down.
Yeah, the upside down. But I thought they did that really well. And it helped me understand, too, what the void was as far as what everybody was experiencing while they were in there. So it was good.
What about you, Rod?
Yeah, no, it was dope. Like the way they executed these scenes. Yeah, really nice camera work here, transitions, all that stuff. It was dope.
Feel the same way, Mike?
Yeah, I loved all of this. All of the regret rooms. I liked all of this. I thought it was really, really, really well done. And even, like Ross said, the way that the camera tricks with her going through the mirror and then it flipping around, I thought that was really, really cool. But this was dope.
In the grand scheme of things, I thought it was cool. I was thinking about, I don't know why I got Doctor Strange vibes.
Yeah,
Probably
it feels
the
like
camera
that.
work.
Okay.
The mouth of
Motif.
Yeah,
multiverse of
something like
madness,
that. Yeah.
which y'all didn't like.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
I liked it.
I like they going back to the second.
Oh,
going
I
back.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
you
part,
did? I
'cause
didn't know
you
that.
tore it. You tore it apart. The
I
first
did.
time.
Which y'all remember I said when I rewatched it and I liked it. And it ended up making my top 10 or something like that. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
that
but
was
you
Ant-Man.
do that though. You'll say you don't like some shit, and then the end of the year is still on your list, and you'll make some excuse for it.
I just go back and like it. I feel different about it.
All right, but you said it's similar to Doctor Strange.
That makes sense.
I also like how it felt like they were building, showing how trauma builds upon itself too. They gave us the first scene of her as a young girl doing what somebody told her, and she's now a part of the Red Room, and she's acting, doing this based on that, and then when they finish with that, at the end of it, she's self-medicating through alcohol because of all the trauma she's accumulated over time. That right there was some real shit that I felt too.
Yeah, her fighting herself
Yeah.
was actually really dope. Like her fighting herself, the drunk version of herself.
Oh,
and
when
that
she was
version
choking herself. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Oh man, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, because that's they didn't delve into this, but that's your mind telling you, man, fuck all that shit, man. Just come over here and get drunk.
Yep.
So,
Self-medicate.
Self-medicate. Oh, so good, man.
And then they zoom back out and she just right there back there like
Yes.
this. Like, God damn.
Yeah, man. That was really dope.
Can't even feel that shit.
No.
I look at
Kid was like, will you please punch something again? This is stupid.
Well, she ends up in the room with Bob, and she ends up talking to Bob. Ken, did you feel anything in this moment? I'm going to ask you again first. How did you feel with Yelena talking to Bob about everything?
I mean, they were connecting everything that we've seen up to this point in the movie. So it was fine. You know, you get a chance to see what Bob went through because I don't think we knew exactly what his trauma was until that moment. And seeing that and seeing how his mom was and his household was and stuff like that. So it was fine.
It gave context when I was thinking when they were fighting about how they were going to beat him. It made sense that they were going to have to like talk through some emotional stuff for him to stop doing what he's doing. So I think it all rounded up well right there in that scene where he was talking to her. It was good.
Mike?
Amazing, especially seeing him, you know, as a young kid trying to save his mother from getting beaten, which is something I can relate to. Like the way that they played that scene out, and then the mother getting mad at him. That didn't happen to me, but the mother getting mad at him for trying to stop it. And then you can, of course, you could look at that and immediately be like, well, what the fuck is wrong with the mom? But a lot of times moms in those situations know that if the kid jumps in and tries to help, it's just going to get worse because the dad's going to beat her more. Mm-hmm. So the way that they played this whole thing out and that being part of his regret and then him being on drugs and I don't even think they really stayed on the fact that he was on drugs. But when they showed his room and they showed that, we're on that scene?
All of it. You know?
Yeah, when they were showing the chicken guy with the flipping sign. At first I was like, what the fuck is this? You look in the background and the whole background is like weird and painted and psychedelic because he was on drugs. Yep. That is brilliant thinking to do that. Like that whole scene was so good. Mm-hmm. And I don't know the guy that played Sentry. I'm not familiar with him, but he's great.
He was in Top Gun Maverick.
I still haven't watched that because I never saw a regular Top Gun. Oh, wait, really? His name was Bob in that too?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. But yeah, the only thing I do have a slight gripe about, which is what Ken said earlier, I kind of sort of wish we got to see what like Ghost's, I think you said that, maybe you didn't, Ghost's regret room was. Because I don't really know that much about her.
But you get enough of it. I think you get a good bit of it in Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Ant-Man
I was going to say the same
in the
thing.
Wasp. Because she was tied to Lawrence Fishburne, and she was basically like a lab rat.
Right.
I remember that, but that's what your depression is? I don't know. I don't think it would have hurt for them to throw in just one of hers.
I got you.
And then, that would have been fine. But because we saw what John Walker's was, I don't think she ever touched
We didn't see Ghost
her
or
at
Red
all.
Guardian.
True. No, I mean, it wouldn't have been. I mean, the movie wasn't that long. It wouldn't have hurt if they threw in an extra just 5 minutes. But that's not a huge gripe. It's still good the way it is, but that might have helped a little bit.
Did you like the scene of Bob in the void?
Yeah. I follow most of Mike's sentiment about it. So yeah.
Yeah, like even when she first came in there, and you're inside his head, and so when she's talking, and you can hear the screaming downstairs, and he's like, "Oh, it'll go away," and he's smiling about it, but you can tell he's fighting tears. I'm like, boy, when like those times where you're like, okay, it'll eventually stop. It'll just smile through it. And it's just like, God,
Especially when you're a kid, that's what you do.
yeah,
It's man, yeah.
I just like how she was relentlessly trying to help him.
Yep.
That's what I really liked about her.
So obviously we get to his the last piece of his trauma where he's fighting the void, and basically he's punching him, he's fighting him. When he first started punching him, I think he was going it's like, all right, now he's gonna win. No,
I did until she said, "Stop." That's what he wants.
Yeah.
And
I
dude was
didn't
like-
even think that until he said it.
Yep.
I didn't think that to do was like, I don't think it's supposed to go like
Yes,
that. And
that was so good,
fire.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got me with that because I was assuming, okay, beat your depression to death,
yeah.
and then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But him saying like, no, that's really, he didn't say this, but that's what we took from it. That's really just you giving in. I loved it.
That was good.
Loved it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Like, because I was with you, Mike. I was like, yeah, beat the fuck out your depression, and then
But then when you have therapy, that's not what you're supposed to do.
nope, not at all.
You can't do that. It's just going to manifest itself somewhere else.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Oh my bad, I cut you off. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good, man. Like, it's just so many pieces of this film that just reminds me like the struggle of like dealing with shit and how you self-medicate, how you suppress, how you do all these things because you think it's going to make everything better when in actuality you're just making the problem bigger and bigger and bigger for you to tackle. And so when he was beating the boy's ass, I was just like, all right, yeah, that's exactly. And then when I saw like, oh no, I get it perfectly.
You know what all this reminds me of? real fast. Is I was thinking this when I was watching it. It reminds me of that New Mutants movie, which I think I was the only one out of everybody here that liked that movie. Or maybe Ken did.
Yeah, I
maybe
did,
Ken
too.
did. But everybody else just destroyed the movie. And it got terrible reviews. And I remember just being so confused by that because that was tackling a lot of these mental health tones and ideas, but people just shit on it.
It was
Obviously,
just the
this was
execution for me. I get it. Yeah, it was just the way they executed. It wasn't the same way as this.
yeah. Obviously, this was done better.
Yeah.
but I just feel like that movie was unfairly destroyed by people because it did something new, and I think this is also doing something new, just better, obviously. But I like when Marvel does stuff like this when. They don't have to make everything just a bunch of CGI battles. And not everything has to be overly deep either. But I like when they do something just a little bit different. And this worked.
Don't it remind you of the spinoff of The Boys? Didn't they try to do that in that
Gen
too?
V?
Gen V? A little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, after he beats the Void, he comes back. Everybody else, they come back from the Void.
I didn't like all that. I kind of, the stakes seemed like they were higher when these motherfuckers were just dying. But actually, I can't say I didn't like it. I was just a little bit like, I kind of been cool with the little girl stay dead.
So do we lose? Like, do he still have the powers? Like, what does?
Yeah, he still has the powers.
Okay, so
He just can't bring them out because the void might come with it.
Yep.
got it.
And that's kind of like the comic book too. Like,
That's really cool.
yeah. So that kind of like brings down the OP a little bit. Him being overpowered is because like the void is lingering there. They kind of change it later on, but that was the crux of the beginning of Century.
Interesting.
And yeah, Bob doesn't remember anything at that moment.
Wow,
which-
man, something happened here.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Like I also felt that too. Like I got through it, but I don't really that shit was a blur.
What
Nigga,
happened
like, I got through that shit, but I can't really tell you how I did it.
Facts.
And
I like the end when she went through the thing.
That was hilarious.
It was great.
Did not
And-
expect that.
That was good. Even though she alluded to it at one point, you can see her have like a light bulb.
He always want to call me stupid.
Well,
You can see her have a light bulb
I just want to
moment.
go back real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all don't like the chicken shit?
We said it. We talked
I
about
talked
it.
about it.
You just kind
The
of
psychedelic. No, he didn't. He talked about the psychedelic in the background.
No, y'all
All
just
that.
talking about the chicken whooping their ass.
Oh,
The chicken was okay, fine, whatever.
So that part, that humor worked for you. The chicken fucking them up.
I just
You like the fighting.
Yeah, I like the
He
fighting.
didn't want the feelings. He
Because
wanted the fighting.
my-
Right.
you know,
All fight, no feel. Got it.
because they cheated, bro.
Who cheated?
Marvel.
What you mean?
Because how else they gonna beat Century? So they all came and just hugged him. And
Is that how they would be him in the comics? If he has the
I don't
same.
know, but it answered my question because I was like, how are they gonna beat this guy? Like he's super
Gonna beat him with
powerful.
love.
Nah,
Right, the power of love.
Yeah, I
That's the
guess
power
so. It worked because there was no way, because you were talking about these are a bunch of losers, right? They have no real power because we were talking about Hulks and Thors beating him. Yeah. There was no way they were going to beat him. So I was really trying to process how they were going to take this guy out. But and this was the only way they could make that work with this Thunderbolts team.
And it worked.
But it was a little corny when they all just went up there and just hugged him.
Nah, I totally
man.
Bro, yeah, seriously?
You are speaking as someone that has never had an emotional break.
Yeah.
When you have an emotional, no, that's not true. I'm not saying. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like a real mental health break.
It ain't even
All it takes is a hug.
I don't. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
All the feels coming out.
But he probably don't even like hugs.
I don't.
I think you said that.
I don't.
I think you even said it. Your kid he said it on a podcast.
Every
Your
damn
kid
day.
ran up, he's like, man, all right, bro. Like, chill out.
every damn day.
Come on, everybody, let's go hug.
I know, kid might fight. Hey, look, you be like that gorilla. Fuck off.
He like, y'all don't get the fuck back, we just want to hug you, dog.
Oh,
That was,
Jesus.
I don't know. That was
When you're having a break, sometimes that's all it takes, bro. You just need a hug and that's it, man.
But I'm similar to Ken. Sometimes physical affection isn't always the best thing. For me.
Sometimes.
I'm learning to accept it more, and it does. Like the more I'm learning to accept it, the more it is helping. It's like, I do see it because when you growing up, like a lot of times you like, man, that's some weak ass shit. You're taught that a lot of it is some weak ass shit. But then when you get older and you trying every fucking thing and nothing is working, you're like, all right, let me fucking try it, and you realize this simple shit can actually work.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah, so I get you. I get your point,
I
Cam,
loved
but
it,
sometimes
man.
it's just like, yeah, that's all it really takes.
You know, it made sense. But yeah, I think her walking out, I think you see her quickly taking advantage of this situation and spinning it for her, and them just kind of going with it. But I absolutely love like this part of it. And the other thing is like, I'm with you, Mike, that they brought the little girl back. I don't like that shit either. But it's like thinking about like there's going to be ramifications of this that will have to be discussed in other movies.
Yeah.
All of New York went fucking dark. And everybody that probably has some type of trauma went into some sort of space that they have to deal with. So we don't know what other people were feeling. If Spider-Man or Doctor Strange are in town, we don't know how they're going to be impacted if they got hit with it. So if this isn't discussed, I'll be shocked because it was like the whole fucking city went dark. So it'd be interesting to see how this is even haphazardly mentioned in other movies.
It
Because
might
you
be cool if
cannot
they throw it in
ignore
there
it.
some way. Yeah, it might be cool.
Yeah, you just can't ignore New York just going dark and like it didn't happen.
I don't know.
I mean, they brought up the Hulk in this one.
I mean, at this point, you probably get numb because shit happening all the fucking time.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
the
fuck,
point.
Like,
But I know, but I like that they kind of keep everything connected in that way, even if they don't dwell on it. It's just like, it's just like, yeah, we know when New York went dark, it's like what?
I guess I wouldn't be like a stickler if they never addressed it again.
Yeah,
It's
me
just like,
either.
oh, shit happens. Like,
Didn't New York go dark one time?
Yeah, in this movie, like towards
No,
the
no, no.
end.
In real
You
life,
talking about when they had the power
the
outage?
power
Yeah.
outage, yeah,
The
yeah,
blackout,
yeah.
the New York
blackout, the New York
blackout.
I forgot
blackout.
what year that was, but yeah, the whole city went.
That was
went
the
Yeah.
Son of
black.
Sam time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah.
I just can't, was that the 70s?
Yeah.
But no, yeah. But no, I think it just happened recently. It happened.
It happened after the 70s.
There's
This
been a
happened,
more
yeah.
recent
Oh, I don't
occurrence
know.
too. But no, I think her announcing them as the Avengers, is that what we're talking about?
That hurt.
Man, bro, I was like, oh hell no, they ain't the fucking Avengers. What are y'all doing?
I was gonna ask y'all. That was my question coming in. Did y'all expect that? Was that a thing?
No.
That wasn't a thing.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't read Avengers in the comics, but
There is so the way it's stylized, there are so many versions of the Avengers. So it's not surprising that they would do Avengers. You got West Coast Avengers. You got Jalen mentioned Dark Avengers. You got Secret Avengers. You have the new Avengers. There's all kind of Avengers. So when she announced the new Avengers, I was like, man, if you don't get these motherfuckers out of here, bro, like hell no, they can't. Who they gonna save?
Jalen got something to say. He don't want to say it. He gonna
I
spoil
want to
it.
hear Mike.
he just sit on his little comic book knowledge. I don't care about the comics. I
So they
don't
gonna
like
fight
these
they about
comic book
motherfuckers. These
knowledge.
motherfuckers are not the goddamn
So
Avengers.
is they setting up for them to fight the real Avengers?
I don't know, but I'm not trying to see them fight
They
nigga
would
bird
get
either.
their ass whooped, Spike.
There is no Avengers. Who they gonna fight?
They
Exactly.
said they setting up some new Avengers at the end of it.
No. Sorry, there's no literally like a new Avenger. Not like new.
Oh, you said who would they be?
How do you even say this? Like, how are they? Like, what is the other Avengers team? 'Cause
So
all they
Spike-
have is nigga
Well, he said they
birds.
setting it up.
No. Spike,
No,
though.
no.
Which Avengers are you talking about?
I know
At
what
the
he's
end,
saying.
dude was
I know what
like,
he's saying too. I just can't.
at the
answer
end, dude was
properly.
like such and such is putting together his Avengers team.
Oh, you're talking
Right.
about Sam Wilson.
But there's no team yet.
Okay, yeah, there's
But
no team.
Who wants to be on nigga birds Avengers?
Okay, he might be able to beat them because he may put together some losers too.
It's gonna be losers because look who's fucking forming them. He needs to just join this team. He
Might
can't.
as well.
Nobody knows him.
And I think he led the Avengers at one point. Either way, just like no,
It's gonna be nothing but fucking whack ass POC.
they're not even close to the fucking Avengers, bro.
I know y'all are serious and y'all are joking at the same time.
I'm not joking. Sam Wilson ain't got no cool Avengers team. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think, and I think the point of this was not to take this label of them being the Avengers that seriously.
That's why they had the whole part at the end where they,
Which-
yeah,
all of
we
that was
get
fire.
it. We
I
get it.
absolutely
Oh,
loved,
fun
and I
ruining
thought
ass.
that
No,
was.
that's why I was saying. That's why I started off. I know y'all are serious and joking at the same time.
No.
Because
So
I like it because they leaned into it. Like, we know y'all don't really fuck. We are not gonna fuck with them as the Avengers.
Nope.
Like, they were trying to give us different shit of like news clippings and
end credits were
trying to like show us this, and then even to the fact of Red Guardian being in the damn grocery store and she like,
She didn't know
I
who
don't
he
really
was.
give a fuck who you are and you're an Avenger. So like that's even like more so like, yeah, nobody really gives a
This
fuck
was-
because y'all aren't that team.
yeah, I think this was a really good move by them. because they knew it was going to be people like me who would say that. But I think to lean into it,
That was smart.
it is because you're protecting yourself. You're hedging, right? You were like, if there's outrage against these guys being the so-called new Avengers, you already got a whole slew of like material out there that's clowning them the way you guys would probably clown them. You know, but there's also this thing about the new Avengers that they're going to go out there and act like the new Avengers, but we know they're not, the B Avengers and all the mockery. So I think it was really smart from their perspective to do this because it protects them from any type of backlash.
I guess I just don't, and obviously, again, I didn't read anything, but I guess I just don't really see the point in why they're doing this. Like, why not just leave this, oh, this is the Thunderbolts, and they could have ended with Val being like, yeah, this is my new team. I don't have the name yet. And then Red Guardian yells, Thunderbolts. And it ends there. I guess I don't really understand the whole, like, this is the new Avengers, and then ending with, like, oh, Nigga Bird suing. It's like, I don't really get this.
To Spike's point, there might be a fight.
They set up another movie, though, right?
But why would they fight? Because it's not like these are bad
really
guys
villains.
anymore.
They villains.
But not anymore. Like, I don't think they're villains anymore. I mean, like, who's a bad guy on the team still? Like,
so I a couple of things based on what you said. Like, I feel like they have been stressing for the longest, even y'all and even the public. You have to think the public is looking like, where are the Avengers? Where are the Avengers now? Yep. So for Val, it's a marketing strategy. It's been there from the beginning. So all right, that makes sense. For Sam
I'm talking
Wilson,
about the movie. I don't get why they're doing this in the movie. Like, what's the point? Are we eventually going to have Nigga Bird fighting Nazi Cap?
Because I feel like there's definitely a reason for that, because eventually the Avengers brand is so strong they eventually have to find a way to make that team happen. But it has to make sense and create a team that makes sense.
Right. This team does not make sense.
But I think that's the longer play as far as like right now. This makes sense to do it this way for them and having, because think about it, Sam Wilson. If he's supposed to be Captain America, like basically, he wouldn't want to work with villains.
But he probably would if he talked to Bucky and Bucky was like, look, they've changed their, if anybody should be trying to give somebody a second chance, it's a black superhero.
True. But I don't see it based off what his character is supposed to be, even though Anthony Mackie doesn't know that.
And doesn't Bucky know he's putting together a new Avengers?
That's what I kind of thought too. I thought,
remember.
No,
in the movie?
No, he didn't tell Bucky that.
Okay, he told somebody else.
He was talking to the Spanish dude. I can't remember his name. Not trying to be racist, but I really don't remember his name.
Yeah, you're right.
But
okay.
Huh?
The new Falcon?
Is that what he's supposed to be?
Yeah, he's the new
Spanish
Falcon.
fly. Yeah, so like him, it wasn't a problem. I guess I just walked away from this movie being like, well, I don't really get what the point of this is, especially for going into Doomsday. I don't really see why we're supposed to even be focusing on, oh, this is one Avengers, and here's this other group of Avengers that Sam hasn't even formed yet, and there's like a lawsuit. I was like, I don't really understand.
I think now we're having the discussion about like, well, what Spike brought up is like, well, wait a minute, we just saw in Captain America that Sam's supposed to be putting in other Avengers, and then she just jumped the gun and introduced these other guys as the new Avengers or the Avengers, and Sam is suing.
Right, and to be clear, since once again motherfuckers don't listen, it's not a problem. Not talking about y'all here, obviously. Mm-hmm. It's not a problem. I wasn't bothered by it. I walked away saying I'm not really sure what the point is. I'm sure they're gonna tell us. I think they want us to be a little bit confused. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying with intrigue. I'm
intrigued
by
right.
Okay, how are y'all going to bring these concepts together?
I don't get how people don't see that.
But I didn't. That was the beeline to the post credit me seeing that fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
That was the shit.
What was
that?
Was dope. What was the last? My bad.
Regarding the Avengers, though, I mean, you got a Natasha with
she's dead.
Yelena, but you got her with Yelena though.
A widow.
So you got a widow, you got a Cap. He's a super soldier. So I mean, you already got two of the Avengers right there with them.
The Hulk.
You don't got.
There's no Hulk, and there's no.
But the Hulk wasn't always there though.
He was there
and
from
Sentry's
the first
supposed to be
Avengers
Thor?
movie. What do you mean?
But he was, but he comes and goes when he pleases or whatever, right? Does he? He's not always there.
He's been in every Avengers movie.
He's been, yeah. He was
But I thought they couldn't control him in one of them. Like he couldn't. He had to.
That's after.
That's why they had the
ass
Hulk
whooped.
Buster and shit.
That's when he got his ass whooped and didn't want to fight no more.
Right. But I'm talking about when Iron Man.
But he was
That's what
the team.
happened.
But the team you're talking
Oh,
about.
you're talking about when he got his mind controlled or whatever.
yeah.
But the team you're talking about, he was part of the Avengers team.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like they could, and then they got Sentry.
But Sentry can't do shit because he's sad.
Yeah, he only wants to use his power.
He's-
So
he's
I'm
not-
just saying they
He's
got
some
they got
CBD
some
oil.
they got some same elements of the other Avengers. Is all
Nah,
I'm saying,
bruh, you
Because
be
I mean, you had
stretching
Hawkeye and shit. You
Yeah,
had
Hawkeye was dope. Why are you talking about him like
Well,
that?
I'm just saying, but you could put Ghost in the place.
No, Hawkeye
No?
was cooler than Ghost.
Rod, don't. This is.
I don't know.
Hawkeye was
I don't
cooler
know,
than
Mike.
Ghost,
I don't know,
bro.
Mike. I don't know, Mike. I can't. I think they tied. I think they hand in hand.
Ghost hasn't done anything cool yet. And I'm not even saying it's her fault, but they haven't given me anything to think that Ghost has a really cool power. Hawkeye could just fucking with his little arrows and shit. Hawkeye was tight.
Name me 3 scenes. 3 Hawk. Well, name me one.
I can easy when they went in the when they first showed up to the New York when they came through the thing and they were all fighting and Hawkeye was up on that fucking roof blasting motherfuckers. That was an iconic scene to me. And when he jumped off the motherfucker and was flying back, tell me you weren't like get him Hawkeye
That's it.
when he fucking did this little arrow and caught the man. That shit was hard, Jalen. That shit was hard, bro.
Okay, you got it.
That shit was hard.
They're saying
I'm not saying Hawkeye is like the coolest guy, but nah, that shit was hard.
All I'm
They're
saying is
saying
that
She-Hulk in the comments.
Get the She-Hulk the fuck out of here, bro.
She was on the Avengers.
I know, but they fucked up by introducing her
Everybody
in that
is an
whack ass
Avenger.
show.
Yeah.
Just want to be honest. Everybody in the
That's
comments
true.
becomes
That's
Because
very-
Wolverine was a
that's
fucking
very much
Avenger.
true.
at some
Everybody
point.
becomes an Avenger.
Yeah, the
I-
Beast.
that's why I'm saying like eventually they're gonna find a way to make all this mesh. In
yeah,
those
yeah,
next 2
and that's
big
all I'm
Avengers
saying.
movies.
I think they got a solid 4 or whatever, 4 or 5, 4 or 5. I think they got a solid little starter kit.
And what does Anthony Mackie have? He got
Three
I'm
films.
not-
That's funny.
3/4.
I'm not tripping.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not tripping because I know Secret Wars is supposed to probably reboot all this shit.
and I'm not either because
believe about
I've
that
never
anymore.
really liked any mismatch. There are a lot of mismatched teams of the Avengers that I didn't care for either. So this is what they do. This is what they do. They do this shit all the time in the comments. They reform teams.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
No,
but
it's fine. It's fine. We'll see.
But again,
that Fantastic Four
That
shit,
shit.
though.
That was
I did
hard.
not.
That shit.
And they set it up so well,
They
bro.
they did. They really did.
Because the whole time they're talking to me like, because I'm criticizing this team heavily. Because I'm like, what the fuck y'all gonna do in space? Y'all can't fucking do shit. Y'all barely stop this shit. Like y'all are a bunch of goofballs. What the fuck,
I mean, Cap can't do shit in space neither.
bro? They're so I know, but it's it's just I've just seen these guys fumble around the whole movie like they're trash. But my whole thing is I guess I'm just the fact that they're losers is what I'm harping on. The fact that these are not the real Avengers. To the point where even in the movie, they're like, nobody's even acknowledging them as the real Avengers. They're not even being called. But so I thought it was good how they used that as a setup because I'm doing the same thing in my head. And then when that motherfucker starts spinning, I'm like, oh shit.
I knew that's what this was. I mean, it would be stupid for it to not be a Fantastic Four thing. But I do agree with you 100%. They played it really well.
Yeah.
They made it make sense because she mentioned a couple of times a crisis in space, which we still don't know what that crisis is.
Yeah, she was like, we weren't even invited to the crisis in space.
But what do you mean? Wait, before I know we need to wrap up, but what do you mean Cap can't do? You talking about real Cap or you talking about nigga bird Cap?
Like what? Like real Cap? Like it's not like he's gonna do some extraordinary shit.
What
in
you
space.
mean? Every time he showed up, he did some extraordinary shit. You be hating on fucking the Perkies.
I was just thinking more specifically as a team.
I know. I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
This guy shitting on Cap.
What's the context of
Yeah, they kept
the?
that nigga on Earth the whole saga.
Because he had to handle shit down here with the Eminem beard. He took motherfuckers down, Jalen.
They kept that nigga on Earth the whole saga. That's all I.
Either
Nobody
way-
really went up there.
That's what I'm gonna say, and that's what I'm leaving.
But
it
the
at.
whole theater just started clapping when that shit went up.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Yeah, bro, they were hyped to see that.
That's gonna be interesting to see how they got here.
The trailer looks awful for Fantastic Four.
No, it doesn't.
No, that thing looks terrible. You got aluminum woman flying on the surfboard, but
Bro,
Aluminum women.
I swear niggas are gonna make me spaz out about this Silver Surfer, bro. I swear niggas are gonna make me spaz. God. Obviously,
They got this aluminum woman that flying around on a surfboard. That's the disrespect.
sorry, Jalen, but I'm just saying it doesn't. It doesn't look good. Look, I wasn't thrilled for Thunderbolts either. It looked goofy, the poster,
Oh, God.
and they actually came out with a good movie. I think Marvel managed to do it again. They take a bunch of unknown people, and based on the response when the movie was over, like people were clapping. My theater clapped when the movie ended before they even got to the Fantastic Four shit. So I'm like, that's so when I said they're back, like the public sentiment of how people,
Yes.
the group think around how people were feeling about it with some folks, it's like I saw like a change. I felt like in that when people were clapping, I was like, damn, like
So
I didn't think
y'all-
people were gonna be receptive to
So
these
y'all
guys.
think the MCU is back on a good track?
I never felt like there were issues.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to me.
I'm not even gonna say back on. This is one movie. I'm not gonna do all this and then make a fool of
I
myself.
mean, but
later.
the last three, you have at least thought they were good.
Yeah, that's why I keep disagreeing with these clowns on Reddit that say that we just hate every single. No, like I like this. I thought
Cap was cool.
The nigger bird cap wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It really wasn't bad. I don't know what the one before that was. That you sound
Deadpool
like.
and Wolverine.
And Deadpool and Wolverine was good. So it's like, look, I have opinions, but I give credit when I think something's cool. This was cool. Back on the right track. I don't know because I'm not getting that overly excited feeling that I got before, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get that again.
Yeah,
But this was good.
I
This
think
was
the
really
problem
good.
is people aren't seeing the lines connect.
Yeah, and
And that's why that's why people are excited about this because they can see the Fantastic Four line automatically connect.
The line, what do you mean?
Like
Sorry.
you could see different like storylines connecting
Oh, gotcha.
from different
Yes,
movies.
yes,
You're
yes,
like, oh,
yes,
I
yes.
know where that's going. I heard
Yes.
this movie or I saw this movie.
That's what was missing
and,
before.
And that's what a lot of people are finally.
I
happy
think
to
they
see
fucked
now.
up with the whole. What's the dude beating everybody? Beating
Thanos.
What's his name?
Craven, my boy.
No,
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
I knew what you were talking about. I just want to try to keep going for a minute. I wish he was gonna come out.
I think they fucked up with all of that because we lost the through line because he's gone. But now we're seeing that through line come back. And the thing about it is they had, even if they did do a through line with him, it was in a shitty movie because Ant-Man 3 was whack as fuck. This, they're bringing that through line back and they did it in a good movie. And what makes it so cool is they did it in a good movie that we didn't expect to be good. So I'm here, bro.
What's the significance of the Fantastic Four? Shit.
I guess you'll see it when
Yeah.
just wait for that.
You need to chat, huh? You don't have to stay for super chats.
I can stay for a little bit. I'm gonna leave about 4:30.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. I got in the plan. I want to get their predictions about the MCU at another time, y'all. I think we can have a conversation
separate
about
one,
that.
yeah.
So if y'all down for that, put that in the comments that y'all really want to see that, and we can try to put it on the calendar sometime next month or in July. But let's go ahead. We done. Ken, we can do some super chats.
All right, so some of these we may have to turn into like discussions, so we'll see how it go. But we're gonna start with Anders. This movie is the end of Phase 5. It will be cool to have the FPS conversations on each phase one by one, maybe even building the list for the top MCU movies. Okay, I think that's cool. Who do you think will be in Sam's Avengers? Jim Crow.
I'm trying to think of who else is black and a loser.
I mean, if I'm just gonna name people. I like that. It probably would be like y'all said, She-Hulk,
Oh, Valkyrie, because she's black.
the Valkyrie.
I can't think of nobody else.
Probably if he can get Thor.
Thor ain't coming down there. He's too Cause I ain't got time for this bullshit.
I'm just naming people.
Riri
Kamala Khan,
Williams.
I mean
Kamala
the
Khan.
the young Avengers, like basically the champions team, could probably be people on the team. So yeah, it's people out there. There's multiple people out there, but yeah, we'll see.
Who even talks to him still?
Who?
Fucking nigga bird. This dude was fighting the Hulk and nobody showed up to help him.
Man,
I'm sick of him.
leave Sam.
He need to leave us.
He gonna prove you wrong, man.
No, he's not. No, he's
He gonna
not.
prove you wrong. Favorite MCU character?
Comics or movies?
No,
MCU.
Oh, that
Yeah,
means
I like
comics,
that.
movies.
I
Gotcha.
like-
Yo.
EU is movies, right?
MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I like
What
Doctor
did they
Strange,
say?
but y'all already
MCU.
know that.
Wow.
I said this shit 3 times.
And he still was like,
I'm slow, y'all. I'm sorry. I admit it.
Wolverine.
Deadpool.
I'm cheating, but it's okay.
No, you're not.
Not anymore.
Because he was in
He's in
Deadpool.
now.
Who you got?
I still got Doctor Strange. Yeah.
I guess I'd say either Spider-Man or Wolverine. I'm not sure yet. I'd probably say Wolverine, but I'm not loving. I need a new Wolverine.
The Beans heard this movie dubbed as the mental health Avengers, and I was here for it. Great story, characters, action, and the right amount of humor. MCU W. All right. Who was the better actor, Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale, or Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Over Leonardo?
Yes.
Yeah. I like Leo though.
Leo's really good, man. His range is crazy. I ain't really seen Jake with the range like that.
I have.
you
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
From
Give me a
Night
range.
Stalker, not Night Stalker. What was
No,
that
Night
movie?
Stalker.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is like-
from Nightcrawler. And then he was in Spider-Man, Prisoners. Yeah.
We own
But
this
he
city.
still seemed like the scene. So I need something different. What's something different?
Bro, you really gonna act like he
Jake
was the
Gyllenhaal-
same
John,
in?
Oh, I'm thinking
John
about-
I was
Oh, yeah.
ignoring him. He was the same in Nightcrawler and fucking Spider-Man. That's an extreme range.
Yeah.
And he was great in both.
And
his
even though
demeanor
the movie
stays the
is
same.
trash,
And
he
I'm
was great
not-
in Southpaw.
And
I know
which
y'all
one?
probably ain't see
Which
it,
one?
but Southpaw. He was great in Southpaw.
Southpaw.
He was the boxer. Yeah, the
didn't
movie's
see it,
terrible,
yeah.
but yeah, he was good.
And then Donnie Darko, of course.
Yeah, Donnie
He's-
Darko.
he's-
I mean,
he's
that's
great.
old Jake.
Yeah, but you said
like,
range.
I got you, but and you know what? I'm gonna kill that because I don't have a problem with people that stay in like they kind of same.
Yeah, you like Denzel.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point. Yeah, that's my point.
I don't think he's that.
I think he's the same, man. He has this very like just what am I trying to say?
You're trying to hate. That's all.
Favorite and most hated Game of Thrones character?
Joffrey.
Joffrey's definitely most hated.
Man,
Most hated.
And
I don't have a favorite
my
yet.
favorite is probably Rob. Rob Stark.
I'm not mad at Rob Stark as a pick.
I didn't hate Joffrey the way I hated the dude that. What was the dude that got eaten up by the
Ramsay.
dogs?
Ramsey.
Yeah, that
Ooh,
motherfucker.
Ramsey is a close second.
Oh, he was. Oh
Ooh,
man.
I got it. Maybe we should do our top 5
That'd be
hated
fun.
characters.
What
Okay,
do I want to
we'll
say?
come back to
Shame,
that.
shame,
Yeah.
and the mom.
Cersei.
I think
We'll-
Cersei.
yeah,
Cersei
let's come back to
evil.
that. I think we
fuck
could do a
with Cersei.
discussion.
They need to do a
on that.
discussion.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
evil.
She was
though.
a sign of a good, well-developed woman.
Area 51 escapee. Thoughts on the upcoming horror movies? Bring Her Back and Weapons.
I don't know either one of those.
I ain't seen the preview.
I know Nick dropped the trailer for Weapons in the group, but I didn't watch it. You know,
Oh, that was with the kids.
I guess I'm not a horror fan, so I turn it on, I turn it off.
scary ass.
I
I
am.
didn't turn it on.
You turn
I
the lights
am.
on too,
I
didn't you?
am. I am.
Oh
And I
man.
am. I'm scared. Like, I don't do it. I don't
Stop
do it.
it. No, Weapons looks cool. I don't really know what it's about, which is good, so I'm not going to watch any more trailers. But Weapons, anytime you put little kids in shit and make them do creepy shit, I'm there. Because little kids are fucking creepy.
Little kids are creepy
There's
as shit.
nothing
Yeah.
creepier than a fucking
The
weird ass
motherfuckers,
little
children in the
kid.
corn and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Bro. Kids are terrifying, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you.
It's how they
Anything.
crazy at first. That's
Oh,
what they laugh
what?
at. We say
Anytime you can
put little kids in it, it makes it
shit
good.
and make it creepy.
It's true.
You know,
Y'all
still don't
got
get
them,
what
so
you're
y'all
saying.
can't understand. But Spike, you
I
get
get
it.
what you're saying.
Little kids are fucking weird.
No,
and
I get
creepy.
what you're saying. It just sounded crazy.
That shit, Damien the Omen, bro. Them motherfuckers, little
Yeah.
kids are fucking horrifying.
The Babadook, the scariest part was that little fucking kid.
Man,
That
bro.
little motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm here for Weapons.
Jonathan Hernandez, what horror film was more influential? Nightmare on Elm Street or Scream?
This is a crazy ass question. So I'm
I would
curious to see
assume it
what
would be
y'all
Nightmare on
say.
Elm
Yeah, I would
Street,
say
right?
Nightmare. You could say that Nightmare.
You
on
wouldn't
Elm
even be
Street
able to have
influenced
Scream without
Scream.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
confused
man.
As
by
a
this
person who don't even
question.
watch horror, I definitely feel.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah,
They
I've
say
never
that
seen-
Nightmare on Elm Street kind of like solidified that whole slasher thing, and then Scream brought it back.
Yeah,
So yes, yeah. Not shitting on your question, of course, but
Even I can watch Scream now. I can't. Like, it's a lot of.
you
horror
can't watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
I've never
never watched it.
Never seen one.
I just know Freddy's iconic, but I never watched it.
Never seen
God, bro, y'all be
I've seen
driving-
Friday.
Wild.
I seen
Y'all be
Friday the
driving me
13th,
crazy.
and I seen Friday versus Freddy versus Jason, but I never seen.
I watch Jason movies. I could not watch Freddy movies.
Like, it's just how Freddy look. That shit there alone be like, bro,
He's
nigga,
dope.
nigga, no.
Eric Jones, this is the first movie completely back under the old regime. That didn't have to deal with strikes, pandemic, or any outside factors.
You know what else you didn't touch on real quick?
What's good?
That this was, you might not even realize it. It was one of the first female-led Marvel films that didn't feel like they were going overboard with like,
with the girl
look at the
stuff,
girl
yeah.
power. It was like, no, you just have a woman that's a bad motherfucker, and y'all didn't have to force it.
That's a good point because she did.
And I didn't even think about it till the end.
Yeah, she did a great job.
She did.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him that cop out though.
Yeah, me either.
What cop-out?
What they say, no strikes, blah blah blah, no pain.
Yeah.
Area 51 escapee. One will protect you. The other 3 will try and kill you. The Thing, Xenomorph, The Fly, a bloater from Last of Us.
I feel like we had this question.
One will protect you, and the other 3 will try to kill you. And what were the things again?
The Thing, a Xenomorph, The Fly,
Yeah, from
and a bloater from The Last of Us.
Get the fly the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Nobody
that
wants
can't
to
protect shit.
No. I'm keeping the Xenomorph
Yeah,
What's a xenomorph?
from Aliens.
that thing gonna
seen
fuck some
Alien.
shit up, bro.
That didn't fuck you up? That's probably why you didn't see
Sci-fi
the other ones.
horror. Like
Oh, so you can do sci-fi.
I can do
just not-
sci-fi
okay.
horror.
Yeah. Nah,
I'm either taking that or the Thing because now that I'm thinking about it, because the Thing was very hard to kill too.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's hard. I'm gonna stick with the Xenomorph though.
Black Roz movie did not feel like a Disney Marvel at parts. I got X-Men Fox vibes with flashbacks and action mixed with Suicide Squad and Guardians.
Oh, so he's saying there's a negative.
I don't think so. That's the
You
confusing
said
part.
Fox. You said you felt he got Fox vibes.
Some people like that X-Men Fox though.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think he meant it as a negative.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Hibachi, Red Guardian is annoying and should have gotten smoked.
Damn.
who?
Red Guardian.
Oh no, he's cool, man. He grew on me. He grew on me. He grew on me.
He grew on me towards the end.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, thanks for the content. Who are y'all trusting to run a special ops team? Amanda Waller or Valentina?
Amanda Waller,
Amanda Waller?
100%. From
Viola Davis, and
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
yeah,
Okay, versus who?
Val in this movie.
Valen. Is
Oh yeah, I feel like neither one of them can be trusted, but I would go with Viola Davis.
yeah, she's always a step ahead. Yeah.
Always.
Yep. Area 51 escapee. Mike, there have been some really good Shudder movies recently. Have you seen Ash or Frawaka or The Rule of Jenny Penn?
No, Ash. I've been meaning to watch just because I think it's interesting that Flying Lotus did it. I watched half of The Rule of Jenny Penn, and I was like, "This is stupid." And I turned it off. And I've been meaning to watch the other one, but I have to sit down because it's subtitled. So,
Let me know what you think of Ash, because I did watch it.
that means he didn't like it. So I'm gonna watch it.
Dow, 45 cans, 45 rods, 10 FIFOs as fodder versus 1 gorilla.
That gorilla whooping all y'all ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all need more FIFOs. I got 10. Y'all need
Yeah,
way
but
more
they,
FIFOs.
they're gonna be first.
Oh, shit.
That's what he wrote.
That's not what he wrote. That's what you said.
No, he
didn't
said
say
as
that.
fodder.
Oh, okay.
He
All
said 10 FIFOs as
you're
fodder.
Right. You're right. I thought he meant all y'all are fodder because y'all are all going to lose. I didn't read it that way. I'm about to say, Ken's an asshole. Immediately sending poor little FIFOs in. That girl would be like, "Man, what the? Get the fuck out of here."
Oh shit.
I think we'll get him.
The hell?
Vibes and stuff. I haven't seen the movie yet. I just wanted to show support and leave before I hear spoilers.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Gracias. Thoughts on John Boyega wanting to play Bishop in the MCU?
What?
That would be.
John Boyega as Bishop.
I ain't mad at it.
I kind of am.
I ain't mad
He's
at it.
not big enough.
I don't.
They could make that look.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't-
Bishop
yeah, I'm
is
not worried about
swollen,
that.
bro.
Yeah, Bishop is swole, and he got a Jerry curl. I don't see John Boyega as Bishop,
don't
but John
need
Boyega's
the-
amazing.
he don't need the
Yes,
Jerry
he does. That ain't Bishop. He ain't got a Jerry curl.
I guess for you, that's your Bishop.
That's
bishop,
my
My
Bishop.
Bishop didn't really have a Jerry curl.
That's dude from X-Men.
Yeah, this motherfucker had a Jerry curl from the future.
You
despite-
saw him in X-Men '97. He had a Jerry curl.
How you
That's why.
how you got a Jerry curl 20 years after it's not cool anymore, but you're also from the future. We need this representation, Jalen.
But I think from an acting standpoint, I think he'll do a good job. But,
Yeah, because he's an incredible actor. Give me Buddy from Franklin and them.
Nah, we need
Give me Jerome.
Jerome.
Give me Jerome.
Oh, that's
as
a good
Bishop.
Bishop.
Jerome is actually
he is
a really
made
good
to
pick.
be Bishop.
Because he's big and he has that angry ass face, and we already see he works with a Jerry curl.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I was thinking Luke Cage.
I can't
but-
see him.
Oh,
in
that
the
would be good too.
But he's Luke Cage.
He's already
but-
Luke Cage.
Yeah. That's a good one, Mike.
I can't see him in the
Jerome ain't
MCU
chill
though.
enough for me.
He's not what enough?
He's not smooth, chill like Bishop is.
I
Like,
think he could
but,
be,
but
though.
Bishop is serious and smooth at the same time. I don't get that from Jerome.
We haven't seen Jerome do a lot yet though.
Yeah,
Except,
Yeah.
I can't think of the damn show. Snowfall.
Yep. Top of the afternoon, everyone. We know you're a piece of trash, and so does your family. Had me dying in the theater. Oh yeah, when they
But
was
she
talking
read
about-
all of them. For telling
Yeah.
lies.
Oh, and when they call that
That's a good
motherfucker
ass scene right there.
a junior varsity Captain America.
Cap. She said that the Cap. So does your family, because his family left him.
When she was leaving,
I don't remember her saying
remember
that.
when she walked out of the building and she read all of them, like she said, well, she would say something negative about everybody.
Okay, I believe y'all. I
That's what she
remember
said
that
to
part.
him.
And y'all remember the
So Val
JV?
said this?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Elena.
Yelena said, at the end.
Yeah, when she
I
was
do
gonna
remember
leave,
this part. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like, God damn.
That was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
He ain't do shit.
He said
He cried in the car.
Yeah, he definitely cried in the car.
Lion said, I literally just left the theater after this movie. I actually thought this was better than Brave New World.
Yes.
Gotcha. Shout out to Otto for the donation. We appreciate it. Lions, it's a shame that Jonathan Major screwed up his career the way that he did. We would have gotten Avengers: The Kang Dynasty this weekend.
Oh, that's what this would have been?
Yeah, but there wasn't enough to make us hype for that anyway. This is probably a better path.
Yeah, like it's nobody knows any of these guys. It's a complete disconnect.
Yeah.
They get to rebuild from scratch and
Yeah.
start over with no expectations or low expectations.
Yep.
Walter's horrible. Should have combined Brave New World and this in one film.
Nah.
Who was horrible?
Nah. He said they
That's
should
the
have
name of this
combined
guy.
Oh.
Name.
Brave New World and this movie together. No.
Yep.
Nah, we didn't need Nickerburn in this. But he may as well join the team because he ain't getting a real team. He won't get the Negro League Avengers. Somebody want that shit.
Did you guys like the new Mortal Kombat movie? I
There's a
have
new
not
one?
watched it.
I hear there was a new one.
I didn't either.
I thought the second one ain't come out yet.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know. I have to ask B about it
The
now.
one that came out in 2020 or 2021, I thought that sequel ain't come out yet.
But we didn't hate the last one, right? I think we
Yeah, I thought it was
thought
cool.
it was
I thought
yeah, I
it
thought it
was
was all right.
Oh, I do remember that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know the sequel came out. I thought it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look because I didn't either.
Maybe that says something. Jonathan Hernandez, as a total package, who was the better action star, Arnold or Jackie? I guess Schwarzenegger
Arnold.
and Jackie.
Jackie Chan.
Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is that what they asking?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold. Yeah.
That's because of y'all's rush hour shit.
Does Jackie even have a great filmography?
No.
No,
It
not
is
really.
Country. They said he did.
That's true.
Yeah, compared to what Arnold.
Arnold got
Yeah, he got
legendary.
Terminator,
Yes.
Commando.
Right.
Like, he got so much shit.
And he even like switched. I don't know if y'all saw Maggie, but he even switched and did like a dramatic role and he killed it.
Yeah, he got the Predator.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
he got so much shit.
Jackie ain't in the Expendables.
Facts.
And
no, the other one was the one that Ken got confused wasn't he?
Oh, he was.
He was in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you almost.
I almost fucked up. I'm pretty sure that was Jet Li.
That's fucked up. Why didn't he put Jackie Chan in there?
He probably didn't want to.
Why
do that.
would they though? I'm really sitting there thinking about like,
Because he had
Jackie-
Rush Hour.
that's it, and that's not even like
We already
Rush
went over
Hour
this.
is action
Yeah,
heavy.
that ain't even really just action.
He had more than
Yeah.
Jet Li.
Oh, he wasn't in the Rush Hour review, was he?
No, he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
was.
Yeah,
I liked
thought
it.
I thought we went over this
We
part.
had
that
more
he's
action
not-
and Cradle to the Grave. Hey, Jet Li has more movies with some real action than Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Did he though? That's what I was trying to remember.
I think Jet Li was looked at as an action star.
I
Jackie
think-
Chan was looked at as a comedy action guy.
Gotcha.
So I think for the last question, if you're talking about the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, we did review it, so you can go check that on the feed. Guadalupe did make a good point. We haven't seen a lot of Jackie's other movies. At least I haven't, to, I guess, properly make a selection. I can only go by what I've seen. So, and that's the question he asked. The one, when he was. in
I don't
Asia.
care. I can still go watch all of them tonight. He still ain't touching Arnold. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Get to the chopper. Don't nobody got. He ain't got no get to the choppers.
Right.
God damn it.
Last one, Jonathan Hernandez. Which of the Spider-Men is your favorite?
We answered this one before, I think.
I'll answer it again. Fucking the most recent one. Is that what they were asking?
I think they're
Or
talking
does he
about the
mean which
movies.
Spider-Man?
I hope they're talking about the movies.
Okay, the movies, man, nah. The most recent one, I probably watched that shit 6 times at this point. It hasn't gotten old yet. That movie is fucking great.
The animated one?
No. Sorry, the one with
No Way Home.
all 3 of them. Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah, that one is good.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. I always get them mixed up, but yeah, no, that one is so good, man. It's so fucking good.
What about you, Spike?
I have been meaning to go back and watch that one.
Favorite
It holds
Spider-Man?
up.
like I didn't even know there were different variations.
This dude,
What are y'all talking
this
about?
dude.
It was nice, y'all.
Y'all mean the actors that played him?
It was nice, y'all. It was amazing.
I guess
Oh,
the
so
first
maybe
one-
he's talking about the actors that play
I
Spider-Man?
was like, it's the
So
first.
Tom
one.
Holland.
Is that what he's
Holland,
asking?
Andrew Garfield.
I don't know.
What did y'all answer?
I'll say Tom
So
Holland.
Tobey Maguire and Shamik Moore.
Well, my favorite one was the first Spider-Man.
Tom
Toby
Holland.
Maguire.
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire, my
No,
favorite.
you're rare. 'Cause a lot of people
No, he's not. If you look online,
really, because I thought people didn't like those Spider-Man.
I did too until recently.
Yeah, I liked them.
Didn't like what?
I thought
They didn't like that Spider-Man.
Which one?
Tobey
The
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
I know.
I fuck
No.
with that.
Yeah,
That's
I
how a
could've
lot of people,
swore
especially
this
my
might be-
generation, they were introduced to Spider-Man that way.
that's what it is.
So that's it's
I
more
think people that
nostalgia.
are our age saw it when it came out. We were already adults, and we were like, "This
okay.
shit, nah." But
I
people
liked
his
it, though.
age,
It was
different.
nostalgic. It's nostalgic. That's what it really is.
I feel like it happened after that last one that Mike came out.
That's what it felt like. People like when that movie was coming out, people were acting like those old movies were just amazing. And I was like,
They're like,
what?
wait, where were y'all at?
Really?
Nah. Yeah.
But no, I'll take Tom. What's his name?
Tom
Tom
Holland.
Holland.
Tom Holland any day.
Yeah, Tom Holland's
He
great.
feels like Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield never felt like Peter Parker to me. I always felt like he was too good looking.
I kind of came around on that. I used to think the same thing, but I like his interpretation a little bit more than
I like
than
him.
Tobey Maguire's.
I like all of them.
Toby never did it for me.
Yeah, Toby. The more I watch it, it's just nostalgia for me too, because that was the first Spider-Man movie.
That makes sense. Those movies are good. Well, Andrew Garfield's, are good though when I go back and rewatch them.
Not that second one, the Andrew Garfield second one, the Amazing
Where it
Spider-Man
ended
2.
where he fought the rhino.
Yeah, he's fighting Rhino. That's Electro with Jamie Foxx in it, and the new Goblin. All that shit was bad. It was bad. The only thing I kind of appreciated was the Gwen Stacy death, but other than that, the rest of
didn't
that
hate
shit was doo doo.
I didn't hate it. I liked it more than the fake ass fucking Venom suit Spider-Man movie.
Three. That
Three
was just three. Three was ass. Yes, but the first two I like.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
And that was it. That was all we had.
Well, all right.
Good job, Jalen.
See?
We appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Prove Mike wrong.
Shut up, man. I didn't even say that.
As far as to look on the horizon, again, we'll have best movie monologues released tomorrow. Last of Us will be out Wednesday, and then Andor will be out Friday this week.
Yep.
And at the end of the month, we got the Is the Mic Still On live that will be on May 25th. If y'all want to come back and chat with us then.
Patreon.
And Patreon, we got solo
yeah.
reviews every single week, along with some random watchables with Spike and Nick. And there's some other content that's just floating around on Patreon. So yeah, if y'all wanna
Working, bro.
go, yeah, really
Serving
out
the
here doing the
streets.
thing. So other than that, y'all, we appreciate you, and we see y'all on the next live. Peace.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for
Jeez.
coming through.